You see, when it comes to the actual global spiritual awakening, when it comes to all those like rather powerful vibrations, I'm saying rather powerful vibrations because we are indeed going through a very, very special moment in time, a very special moment in history, and very special moment like in the history of the actual world. But the problem is that the balance is losing. We are losing the balance because the balance is lost. The reason why the balance is lost is because the things that shouldn't be repeating are actually repeating right now. There are things that are returning, the evil forces that are returning, that the negative forces that are returning, that are having an effect on every single one of us. And no, I'm not talking about politics. I'm talking about the fact that the world is changing as we speak. But the problem is that there are lots of evil forces that are literally working overtime in order to change the world as we know it. When I say in order to change the world as we know it, I have to make sure that I'm completely straight when I say this, because these evil entities, these evil beings, these very low vibration beings, they do not care about you, they do not care about me, they do not care about us, they do not care about anybody in this world. They don't care about anything else apart from their own agenda. They don't care about anything else about what they want to do and the way they want to change the world. Yes, this is a very devilish. Yes, this is a very negative. Yes, this is a really bad, but it hardly has got anything to do with the politics anymore. This is why I decided to talk at the beginning of every single week, at the beginning of my videos. I want people to open up their eyes. I want people to like literally open up their eyes and see exactly what is happening. These evil forces that are behind the scenes, that none of us can see, that none of us knows, that none of us are actually familiar with, are working really, really hard. And the problem is that they're also using lots of things to control us, lots of things to control our mind, lots of things to control our memory. I did mention before, but I have to pay attention. I have to make sure that you pay attention when it comes to the actual chemtrails. When it comes to the actual chemtrails, they are doing all sorts of people to us. They control us. This is just one of the ways. Another way to control us is through our food. Another way to control us is through our water. Another way to control us is through really low and bad and negative and evil Hollywood movies and Hollywood stars and Hollywood celebrities who are nothing but thinking about the actual welfare of people. These people have been literally designed to work in a certain way, literally designed to think in a certain way. There is a very, very little human about them. There is a very little human left about them. They have their own feelings, they have their own emotions, but because they live in their own bubble, they don't understand what the normal people are actually going through. This is so problematic what is going on at the moment, that it's unbelievable. And that's why I'm saying that this is like a very, very important global spiritual awakening, where every single one is going to awake and realize exactly what is happening. My goodness, this particular weekend between the 19th and the 25th of August 2019, it is going to be very important, because the new kind of worms, it's about to be open, and another famous person is about to come up with something, and this is going to be the beginning of something very important, and this is going to be huge, and it's going to start something very significant on a global scale. It's again to do with the United States of America, and I always talk about the United States of America quite a lot. Not only I love the United States of America, I love their freedoms, I love their way of life, I like their way of thinking and things like that, and I love Americans in general. But this is very dangerous, because I'm keep on saying, and I'm going to say it again, that America, the United States of America is literally under attack with the enemy within. And this has been a really old thing from a really, really long time ago. They were saying and saying and saying these negative forces, the negative entities were paying attention to America indeed. But they had to come up with a plan. They had to come up with a really strong and powerful plan, and they knew that the only way to attack America is going to be from within. The demonic group of people from the demonic party are becoming more dangerous and more dangerous and more dangerous, not only to the United States of America, not only to our freedom, not only to our way of life, not only to our way of thinking, but this demonic group of people are becoming very, very dangerous indeed, and they are crossing every single line. This is getting into people's faces quite a lot. People really do have to wake up. I know it's easy to say, oh, you have to wake up, you have to wake up. Indeed, people really have to wake up and see what exactly is going on. The demonic group of people from the demonic party of the United States of America are working relentlessly against America, against American people. People, please do wake up. This is very important, because the time is coming near when everybody is going to kind of try to and need to make a rational decision, and the rational decision that is going to need to be made is going to help to those people who had like a clouded mind. There are lots of people who are under mind control. The lots of people who are under mind control are having a completely different picture of what is going on. They're using people like a goodness. Oh, you know, sorry. They're using people goodness. They're using people's emotions. Like, for example, when it comes to the actual you know, like these refugees and all these things, you know, it's an invasion. It's literally an invasion. But what they are trying to do, they're creating all these problems, demonic group of people, that this is becoming absolutely out of order. I mean, come on. There's certain things that are repeating like there is no tomorrow. But for you and I, for people who live in this world at this moment in time, this is for the first time that we can see the corruption at this level. The corruption at this level is becoming so dangerous that they're using their little horrible, nasty, vile, low vibration Hollywood celebrities. As I said before, the Hollywood is literally like a hell. The Hollywood in itself is like a hell. No, I don't think that every single Hollywood celebrity is really bad, but the big majority of the Hollywood celebrities are really bad, because they are the ones who are contributing into this nonsense. They are the ones who are contributing into this madness. They are the ones who are also working directly against American people, and therefore directly against the world. And that's why this is so important, and that's why I decided to talk about the United States of America so much, because the world literally depends on this. The world is literally depending on this, because the United States of America is holding all the balance indeed. So whatever is going on in the United States of America, it's reflecting on the rest of the world. If the United States of America goes through this, the whole world is going to be saved. When I say the whole world is going to be saved, this has been really planned for a long time. The fact that this has been planned for a long time, it's really, really scary, because it just makes you wonder who exactly are these people behind the scene. These people are very dangerous, and they think they can play with people's lives, and they think that they can just have the world without the borders, which is just a complete nonsense. Do you know who was trying to create a world without the borders? Do you know who was trying to create a world without the borders in 1930s? Think. You don't have to think too much. It's really bad. This is exactly happening, and this is the way things are not going to work. The things don't work like this. This is an absolute madness. And what I mentioned before, that they're using this like a goodness of the people to make the people think, oh, these are just refugees, these are people who need help, you know, and you try to turn around things and try to think about where exactly these people are coming from. The majority of these people are coming from the countries that don't even have any wars, they don't even have any problems and things like that. But they just keep on saying that they're refugees, but they are far from it. And that's why I'm saying that they're using the goodness of the people who had their mind clouded so badly, so badly, so badly. People with a very dark glasses on their face, with their mind being clouded to this point when they think just about the goodness, about the goodness, about the goodness of the people, but they're not realizing the actual seriousness of this particular situation. It is very dangerous, and you do not create the world like this. You do not try to change the world like this. You do not try to edit the world like this, because these people are not God. This is what is really scary, that the people behind the scene who are trying to do this, they don't care about our welfare. They don't care about you. They don't care about me. All what they care is about their little sick thing, you know, their little sick agenda. They want to change the world, in like to have the world without any borders, which is a complete nonsense. But down on the line, the things are not going to work, and they're going to have a terrible, ridiculous, and very dangerous consequences. And they don't care about the consequences. You people who are supporting this, you need to wake up. You need to wake up. You need to wake up and smell the bloody coffee, because the coffee is absolutely everywhere, and this time the smell is rather pungent. You need to wake up and smell the coffee and see exactly what is happening. You need to sharpen up your focus. You need to have a clear focus and see that the things are repeating from the 1930s. This is absolutely ridiculous, and it's a very dangerous moment in time where the demonic group of people is actively playing an active role in all this, together with the mainstream media, who is the actual enemy of the people. The mainstream media has been lying to you all along. The mainstream media is bad. The mainstream media is the actual enemy of the people, and you must ignore it, ignore it, ignore it. I know I've said this so many times, but I need to understand, I need you to understand, for those of you who are maybe watching me for the first time, I just need you to understand how bad the mainstream media, and how the mainstream media is actually manipulating people, and they have been manipulating people like this for a really, really long time, and it's bad because they're playing a massive role in all this. The mainstream media is the actual enemy of the people, alongside with demonic group of people, demonic party from the United States of America. You can see it all as one thing, and as you walk, as you see that as the time goes by every week, you know, it becomes more weird, and every week it becomes more bizarre. These people are just so open about everything. These people are openly racist themselves. They're so bad. They're the ones who are racist, and they're accusing everybody else of being what exactly they are. This is an old tactic. They're accusing everybody else of being racist. In fact, they are the racist ones. I said this before. The one who is screaming all the time, racist. That's the one who is seeing racism in everything. And it's getting very tiring. It's getting very boring. You know, they're trying to make the United States of America, but the same as United Kingdom, like completely like a racist. Oh, give me a bloody break. They're trying so hard to make like the United States of America and like the United Kingdom like a racist, so hard that they have nothing left but just to have a fake little incidents. They are going so bad, these elites, this demonic group of people, they're going so far that they are making up their own incidents that didn't exist, especially like a racial incidents, political incidents. Oh, he got beaten up, she got beaten up. In fact, they're just having a fake incidents, because there is no racism like as bad. The United States of America is not racist country. This is not as racist that the demonic group of people want you to believe. The same with the United Kingdom, and this is what they do. They're full of fake crimes. They're having a fake crimes everywhere, but they do kind of, you know, they find out, people do find out, you know, oh, suddenly, you know, the CCTV is not working, this is not working, that is not working, you know, a little bit, few minutes down on the line, and then you just see it's all been faked, staged. Come on, you know exactly who am I talking about in the United States of America. That didn't happen that long ago. Justice Smollett, disgusting, absolutely low vibration, horrible people. Look what they try to do. This is the lovely, horrible, gross, the mainstream media who's playing an active role in all these horrible main channels. They're like, oh yeah, Justice Smollett and all that. Oh my God, what happened? And then they find out that this idiot was just lying about it. Idiot, because they create create so much danger by actually doing this, by actually pretending that they went to some kind of like a fake crime, blah blah blah, and then they find out what happened. No, it wasn't what he wanted to do. He's been told to do this. He's been said to do this. He's been ordered to do this. But he's just been bred for something like that. That person has been prepared for something like that. He knew that he's going to do this for a really, really long time. And on another hand, he was happy to do this. He was happy to oblige. And this is coming from high up. This is coming from these elites. This is coming from these devils. This is coming from these negative people who are trying to destroy the world, that constantly trying to do this in order to make everybody to believe and think how racist America is, and absolute rubbish, and it's an absolute nonsense, and you know that, and I know that. Similar things are going on in the United Kingdom as well, and the things are getting pretty scary. These people who are just taking part in this, like a Justice Smollett, are just like the equally bad as them people who ordered him to do this, okay, because he was the chosen one, but he was very happy to do this, you know, and it's absolutely scary, and it's all to start and make racial tensions. I'm so tired of these racial things. I'm so tired of these racial tensions. But the reason why I said this to you, because I don't want you to forget what they did. I don't want you to forget what Justice Smollett, what he did. Yes, I said he was ordered to do this, but he's just as bad, because he was happy to do something like this, and he was happy to go along, and he was happy to lie, and he was happy to accuse like an innocent people, you know, like, oh my god, like a racist attack, and absolute nonsense, and it's disgusting. And I want you to realize how bad, but you obviously realized already, but I want you to know how bad the mainstream media is, because they just sorry, they just go along with all this. They go along with all this acting. They go along with all this pretending. On one hand, they just want to like fight everybody up, but then on another hand they just want like split everybody out, divide everybody out with the racial tensions and things like that, to confuse everything. And then on another hand, this is just for us to like pay attention to something while really nasty, vile and evil things are going on. They want to stir this racial hatred, you know, and make everybody believe that we are like having lots of like refugees and things like that. But on another hand, the sad reality is that, for example, in the United States of America, the estimated 15 million of children in poverty. An estimated 15 million of children in poverty is in the United States of America, okay? And they are choosing illegal immigrants over this. I'm going to say legal immigrants because they are not refugees. They are political illegal immigrants. This has all been pre-planned. This is all been planned, and it's called an invasion, literally. So the 15, they're ignoring DDD, the demonic group of people, DDD, demonic party in the United States of America is actively ignoring the fact that there is a 15 million of children in poverty, and they're choosing illegal immigrants over them. This is very, very scary, and they're doing this only because they're trying to destroy the United States of America. People, you can believe this, you don't have to believe this. If you believe this, that's absolutely great, because it's one step towards you waking up. I love you. And if you don't believe, then you need to wake up. You need to open your eyes. I'm not so much about the political parties. Please try to understand, try to listen to me. I'm not so much about the political parties. I'm so much about people getting together. Forget about the political party. We are all people. We are all one. But we are not going to let them win, because if we let them win, that we are going to lose as people, and they're going to split us up. Their point is to divide, man against woman, gay against straight, transvestite against non-transvestite, whatever they're trying to do. Their point is to divide as much as they can, and we have to wake up, and we have to work actively, and we have to all get together and just sort things out. We need to get the devils out of our lives, and the devils that came really, really close to our lives in their world, using many times tactics indeed. Hollywood movies, like Papers magazine, what I mentioned before, but also we have got like the things have gone as bad as the brown shirts. The brown shirts have been returned. As I said, this was all repeated in 1930s. This is very serious indeed. The brown shirts, find out if you don't know what the brown shirts are, but the brown shirts are returned on our streets right now. They are the ones who are keep on like fighting like a fascists and things like that, but they are the ones who are fascists. They're the ones who are using these techniques. I know it sounds crazy, I know it sounds mental, but this is so crazy. This is getting really, really bizarre. And as I said, it's like a little formula that they're using since 1930s, is that to accuse others of what they are guilty of, accuse others of what they're guilty of. Listen to these words. They want to accuse others of what they are guilty of. And this is why things are so dangerous, because these people, this group of people, equivalent to the brown shirts in 1930s, are causing havoc and are causing badness, are causing negativities, are causing so much like a damage on the street to the normal people. And it's getting very, very interesting and very scary how sometimes the police like just steps back. Sometimes the police just chooses to leave these people, and these people are tormenting and torturing people aloud. The devil has been infiltrated absolutely everywhere, and it's just getting so scary. And we need to purification. We need to purify this. We need to have a wake-up call. And now this is our wake-up call, and time to focus and time to purify things. Time for purification, so we can just have a clear focus when people are going to realize exactly what is happening and exactly what is going on, and how far the devil has been infiltrated within the government, within the police, within the public bodies, within the elites and things like that. It is very dangerous, and it is very, very scary. They're also using like lots of like charities that are fake charities. My lord, if you do want to give some money to the charities, I will suggest something to you, and I will ask you nicely, please try to find out what the charity is, where the money is going to, because the majority of charities out there, like 98% of charities out there, are actually fake. The money goes to the enemy, the money goes to the bad, the money goes to the evil, the money goes to the negative, low vibration people, low vibration entities who are working directly against the people. This is how scary this is. This is how scary this is indeed, and they are busy accusing the President of the United States of America of all sorts of ridiculous things, like he's racist. He's been all his life, as I said, in a public life, and they only decided to call him racist like when he became a president. Oh my God, it's as obvious as anything. And also, because, they try to call him racist and things like that. And also, on another hand, almost every wife that he had was foreign. His wife right now is foreign as well. How on earth can he be racist? Please, people, wake up. These are the tactics that they use. They accuse literally everybody racist, but they are the racists themselves. Please, wake up. And also, I'm going to say it again, that the President of the United States of America, Donald Trump, is fighting evil. The Donald Trump is fighting the devil. The Donald Trump is fighting negativity. The Donald Trump is on the side of the people, fighting for the people. The Donald Trump is being an angel of people right now. I need you to understand this, because very, very soon the America is going to fight back, and America is about to have a very, very important rebirth, where lots of people are just going to realize literally a wonderful, powerful unfoldment that we are going to have. An unfoldment that we are going to have is just going to be so significant, and it is going to happen from the 19th until between the 19th and the 25th of August 2019. And it is going to be very important time for lots of us, because it is just going to start bringing the balance back. Okay, so we have a lot of fakeness going on, we have a lot of negativities going on, we have a lot of lies going on, and this is what's all being fed to people through the lovely and gorgeous, I'm being sarcastic, of course, like a mainstream media. Okay, the mainstream media, it's also going to have its moment when it comes to things, and the mainstream media, it's also going to do something this week where people are going to realize exactly where they are standing. Yeah, I know that lots of people know the way where mainstream media is standing, the line mainstream media, but they will do something and they're going to be caught this week. They're going to be caught in a single act, and the act that they're going to be caught in is just going to show their lies. It's going to expose them. It's going to expose what they were doing. It's going to expose what they were focusing on. These people are paid in order to slag off the President of the United States of America. They have been told to do this. They don't care about President Trump. They have been told to slag off the President of the United States of America because they have been told by the demonic party, the demonic group of people, by demonic elites, by the negative devil, by the very, very low vibration devils. This is exactly what they have been told to do. Believe me or not, like the majority of you that are watching me will believe this because you know exactly what is going on, and this has been going on for a really long time. But now the things are going to start slowly changing, and people are going to start getting together even closer. And now this moment in time, it's going to be very important because the mainstream media is going to do a boo-boo, and the boo-boo that the mainstream media is going to do, it's going to be exposed by somebody else, and it's just going to be completely exposed how they don't care about people, they don't care about you, they don't care about me. And it's very, very scary that they can go as far as they can. My God, they have been caused, they have actually caused so much negativity. They have caused terrible things. They have caused really bad things, but they're fake reporting, but they're fakeness, but they're idiotism. And these bad things that they've caused like, it's just been spread like a piles, like a vibration of really bad and negative energy that is just spreading and spreading and spreading and spreading and activating in a completely wrong and bad and negative and low vibration way. And it just had this really negative and bad, like a low reaction, like a domino, low negative reaction that is just so bad, and people are just kind of like filled with lies, and people are just unable to see exactly what is going on. This is so important, such an important moment in time. I can't even express this because this is just going to kind of like build a certain bridge in between the people, and especially those people who had a clouded mind. It's time for this cloudness to go. It is time for this cloudness to disappear. But this time it's just going to come from the horse's mouth, from the bad horse's mouth, and it is going to be from the mainstream media itself. The lying mainstream media itself is just going to turn their back on people again, on the normal people. We, the people, have had enough. And most certainly this week, in between the 19th and the 25th of August, the mainstream media is going to show again their nasty face. And the nasty face that is going to be shown is going to awake lots of people. But on another hand, it is just going to kind of, at the same time, it's going to be quite shocking. But then at the same time, it is going to start building a bridge in between those people that the mainstream media tried to destroy, that the mainstream media tried to break. All they want to do is just destroy, break, and destroy and break, and make people fight and divide. I'm saying to you, it's just so important to stay on the same side. It's so important to stay focused. It's so important to just use your own intuition. It is so important to use your common sense, especially this week. Is just remember me saying these words. This is going to be so important because the whole new perspective is going to come through. The whole new perspective is going to come in, and that perspective is going to be literally life-changing for lots of people. And that perspective is just going to help to keep the balance. That perspective is not only going to help to save the actual United States of America, it's going to have a reflection, and it's going to help up with the balance with the rest of the world. That's why I'm saying how important this is because something is going to start happening this week where other countries are going to follow the certain lead. Other countries are going to follow the certain an example. And other countries are going to start thinking about getting out of something. I wonder what something is. Lots of countries are going to start thinking about getting out of something very bad, getting out of something really evil, getting out of something really negative, you know. It is just getting really scary. The people are being orchestrated and the people are being ordered by people who don't even have anything to do with their own countries. The people have been orchestrated by people who have got absolutely nothing to do with the people's countries. You know, this is absolutely crazy. This is absolutely scary, and it is a very, very important moment in time for people to wake up, because we are being under dictatorship. Dictatorship is actually alive and very strong at the moment as we speak. All we need to do is just wake up and all get together. I don't care so much about political parties. I care about people. I care about you, and I care about I care about all the actual people in this world. People just need to have the world back. People need to get the balance back, because the balance has been lost, and this week is going to be ridiculously important when it comes to the actual balance of the world. You need to have your eyes open, you need to pay attention, and you need to see exactly what is going on. Another lie is going to be exposed. Look at this, look at this, look at this. There are a couple of vile and evil people that are also going to be exposed. Just pay attention, please pay attention. Everybody has got something to do with this. Couple of people are going to be exposed this week, and they are bad, and they are negative, and they are very evil, and they are very low vibration, and they are going to be, and they are directly connected with all this negativity. They're directly connected with all this devil. They're directly connected with the people behind the scene. They're directly connected with the negative elites. This is so important, because this is going to be absolutely something huge and something massive, and it's going to go for a long time after this moment in time. It's going to take a while for things to start unfolding, but this is going to be really big and really important and really significant, an absolutely massive breakthrough when it comes to the world, when it comes to our freedom, when it comes to our happiness, and when it comes to our clear new focus. And absolutely an important, ridiculously important moment in time indeed, which is just going to bring so much into our lives. And especially when it comes to us, lots of people have lost, like, oh my God, like, what is happening in this world? You know, it's crazy, you know, the world is changing, what are we going to do? No, baby, no, we don't know what, it's true. You just don't ignore it. Just keep your eyes open and be fully aware of what is happening. They're trying to change the world as it is. They're trying to change the world as we know it, and it's scary, and it's scary, and it's scary, because something like this has never happened in our lifetime, in my lifetime, in your lifetime. But it's very scary, because they're following very, very evil ideology from the actual 1930s. They're following something that they've already did in 1930s. So this is all repeating, and it's getting to the very scary point. It's getting to the point where we need to wake up and see how far the devil has gone when it comes to the government, when it comes to the important places, and when it comes to the world in general. Please keep your eyes open, pay attention, and also stay true to yourself, and also follow your own intuition, because this week is going to be very, very important indeed. But most certainly when it comes to people getting together, this is going to be an absolutely major point indeed. Okay, so my name is Sasha Bonasin, and I'm a psychic medium, and this is my weekly horoscope tarot card reading, and it's from the 19th until the 25th of August 2019. So it's from the 19th until the 25th of August 2019, and I'm going to start with the horoscope sign of Aries, of course. Now Aries, you are going to have your own invocation this week. Please take a little candle and try to gather your thoughts thoughts, try to gather your energy, try to gather your power, because you're going to be very powerful when it comes to the power of your mind. This is really strong, and it works really well when you take like a tiny little candle. You take a tiny little candle and you anoint a candle with like 3 little lines of the actual lavender oil. So it's like on one side, on the other side, and on the third side, and then at the same time you're creating very strong moment with this candle. The candle needs to be really tiny because it's going to burn quicker, and the point is to burn quicker. And the reason to do this for you is very important, because you are going to have a very strong power of manifestation. You don't need to do this with a candle. You can do it without a candle, just by focusing at something, especially before you go to sleep, so you can get your answers in the morning. Or you can do this with a candle, and then you can just make a very strong connection and anoint all 3 sides with the actual line of the actual lavender essential oil. And it's very important. Then you take the candle and then you write something, one thing in particular. What would you like to happen? What would you like to manifest? What would you like to pay attention to? What would you like to happen, and things like that in general? Just one thing. You take a pen, you write on the candle, and then you take a lighter. You light that candle, and then you just let candle to burn. Then basically, but that moment when you light the candle is rather important, because this is the moment when you light the candle within yourself at the same time. It's very significant and it's very important, and it just makes all this to happen much quicker. Believe me or not, this is going to be such an important moment in time for you to manifest and to start some kind of manifestation in such a superb, very powerful and very, very strong way, because it's going to get back to you 1,000 times. Just be very realistic, but at the same time be very positive as well. On another hand, what else I was going to say, that this is going to be an amazing week for you indeed, because you are going to have a very special beginning, and the beginning that you are going to have this week is just so good, and it's so much to do with you feeling free, and you're going to feel very free this week. And that is going to be an important moment in time, because also the advice from somebody that you got not that long ago, it's going to start making sense in such a way where you're going to start having like a really interesting optimism, and really interesting basically control over a situation. Strength, courage and power are going to be very, very powerful, because there is going to be a news that you are going to get at the same time, and that in itself is just going to make you feel really good. But also on another hand, the certain family member is just going to come up with something that is just going to give you certain idea. On another hand, something that you started thinking about not that long ago, within the last 36 months, something that just felt like a dream, something that didn't even seem that it's going to happen that quick, and something that didn't even seem that it's going to be so significant, because you thought more like, no, it's a dream, it's a dream, it's a dream. An important week, my babies, because you are going to be that one step closer to your own dream, that one step closer to something very big that you wanted to do, something very big that you wanted to happen. Very, very creative week, and you are going to be under a test without you realizing. My babies, just remember, there is a lot going to be happening this week, but you're going to be under a test. Your wiseness is going to be under a certain test, and also you're reaching the moment in time when you're going to kind of start to need to dealing with the certain issues and problems without asking somebody else, or without using somebody else. I'm not saying that you're using somebody else, please don't get me wrong, but it's a lot going to be down on you, and it's important because there is some kind of maturity going to be tested at the same time. So you just, whatever you do, you just need to give a 1,000%. You just need to give a 1,000% indeed. Somebody very interesting is also going to show their interest in you, and you're gonna like this. You're gonna like this because in one way it's just, this is going to feel very grounding for you, very strong for you. But on another hand, it is going to be also your wake-up call, because there is a certain idea that you are going to get through this, because it's connected to the certain realization about yourself. Okay, when it comes to the actual health, you see it is, oh gosh, when it comes to I've got the tarot cards everywhere. When it comes to the actual health, you are going to actually need to eat food which is going to be high in minerals. This is very important for you to eat food which is going to be quite high in minerals indeed. And also, what else I was going to say, it's just going to be important to spend the time with the water, or by the water, or in the water. This is so strong because the connection is going to be really strong, and it is going to be very good for your own personal grounding, and it's also going to be very good for your own realization when it comes to the certain meditation, and also when it comes to your own spiritual awareness. This is going to be a very important moment in time. On another hand, I would highly suggest you to drink a lot of a lot, but I would suggest you to drink aloe vera juice like every single morning. Would be absolutely brilliant, because it's going to help you with your stomach indeed. What else I was going to say, for those of you that are actually in relationship, you know your partner is going to have a good news for you. There's going to be a good realization because your partner was working on something, your partner was focusing on something, so there is going to be a rather important and powerful outcome your partner is actually going to have. This is going to be really good because you are going to end up with a certain option that is just going to be life-changing for both of you, and it's something that is just going to be very strong, very solid, and is going to last for the generations, literally. Okay, for those of you that are single and ready to mingy, my gorgeous Aries, listen to me very carefully. There is somebody very interesting that is about to become the part of your life. There is somebody very interesting that is just going to impress you in so many different ways. Watch this space, because that person is just going to become like directly responsible for changing your life in the best possible way. I suggest you to go out and spend the time with people as much as you can, because this is going to be an important moment in time indeed. Okay, now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is, of course, my gorgeous Taurus, my gorgeous Torini, my gorgeous Torini, my gorgeous Torini. I love you to bits. You know what, you're gonna have a little bit of vavavoom situation, a little bit of yin yang moment when it comes to this week indeed, because what is actually going to happen, I like the fact that you are going to kind of lose your perspective a little bit, but this is going to be quite good, because that in itself, it's going to kind of take you places in your mind, and your mind is going to be stretched that much further this week, because it's going to be spiritually charged week, very emotional in the best possible way. But that in itself is going to bring you different focus. Different focus is going to make you feel dissatisfied with a certain part of your life, with a certain stage of your life, and that dissatisfaction is going to be very interesting, because it's also going to start it's also going to, you see, it's going to bring you a certain balance. It's going to make you think about a certain part of your life that happened not that long ago, and you just got your justice back. You needed to wait for the certain justice, and that justice affected you in many different ways. It affected your balance, it affected your way of thinking, because that was very important for you indeed. Now that is going to be the part of your journey, the part of your thinking. There is something that is just going to need to be illuminated again when it comes to that part of you, when it comes to that your own personal justice and your own personal balance. And this is where the dissatisfaction is going to come. This is where the dissatisfaction is going to happen. It's very important, because this is vavavoom moment in time. What is going to happen? This is going to bring you a whole new hope. This is going to bring you the whole new direction, and that direction that is going to become evident is just going to bring the whole new radiance in your life, filled with power and a whole new perspective. I like it because you're going to feel really good, and I like it because this week is going to be life-changing for you, my gorgeous Torini. Absolutely life-changing for you indeed. You just need to remember, have patience, don't rush into any decisions. There are going to be a couple of things that you are going to need to adjust and readjust, but the good news you are going to have, and also on another hand, you are going to have your own omen again this week, and the omen that you are going to have, it's going to be connected to the certain plant, to the certain leaf, and also the little bird with a significant color, and maybe a significant flight, or like a significant singing. You know, it's important, because what you're going to need to do also you're gonna need to see what do you feel connected to it around that moment in time. What was on your mind around that moment in time? Your spirituality is going to be superb at its peak this week, and I like it indeed, because this is going to be absolutely significant. At the same time, the certain good influence by somebody is going to come forward. Somebody is going to come in touch with you. Somebody is going to be in touch with you, and that person is just going to give you certain idea. Okay, but you think really highly about that person, you think really importantly about that person, you keep them as a highly important in your life, and they're somebody very beautiful, very gentle, very intelligent, and very powerful in many different ways. The certain influence is going to come through, the certain idea is going to come through, and that in itself is just going to be a very important moment in time, because this week, by the time this week comes to an end, you are going to have a transformational moment, very important, very significant indeed. This whole week is going to be important to clear away the old in order to make a space for the new. That's how strong the power of your mind is going to be. Very good week, perfect week to tidy up your home, to change. I'm not saying that you're not tidying your home, but to change your home, to bring certain things in, but also to do the spiritual cleansing, my babies. It's a perfect moment in time to do the spiritual cleansing. I'm just looking where my stick is, but I'm sure I took it somewhere, but I have no idea where my stick is. But if you can do with the sage, one of my favorite types would be to do the spiritual cleansing with the sage. Just close all the windows, smoke the hum with the dry sage with the smoke, and basically have a little sauce underneath, and just make sure that you smoke everywhere. And in the end, you just open the windows, and as the smoke goes out, as the smoke goes by, this is how the negative energy and the negative entities are going out as well. This is so good, because at the same time it's going to cleanse you, but at the same time it's going to help you with your own balance, because my babies, this is going to be your wheel of fortune. Okay, my gorgeous Taurus, this week you are going to have a wheel of fortune. No! This week you're going to have your own wheel of fortune, and that wheel of fortune that you're going to have, it's going to happen, and it's going to bounce in such a way that by the end of this week, at around this end of this week, something very important is going to happen that is going to blow your mind, but in such a good way, and the whole new option is going to become available for you. This is so good, and most certainly this is going to be the beginning of a certain adventure, enthusiasm, and the whole new initiative. It's going to become very strong here. You're waiting for the news. The good news is going to come, and it's going to put a big smile on your face indeed. When it comes to the actual your health, those of you that are suffering from a long ailments that you didn't see improvements, this is in particular very important, because you will be able to see improvements, and I'm so happy for you indeed. But on another hand, what else I was going to say, that you are going to have a little bit of a cold and flu symptoms, especially when it comes to your head, especially when it comes to your sore throat. So it would be absolutely super advisable to actually use a natural mouthwash without fluoride or any rubbish, just with the tea tree oil, because believe me or not, that helps. But also on another hand, try to take acerola again. I'm sorry, I'm saying this all the time, I know, but it's important. Acerola cherry powder, which is a high vitamin C, a natural supplement which gives you whopping 1080 milligrams of vitamin C per serving, and per little teaspoon, and you take this every morning with a little bit of water and drink it, and this is going to help you so much. And also what I highly suggest you to take is echinacea, herb called echinacea. It's absolutely wonderful, and it boosts your immune system by increasing the white cells count in the body. If you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant, or if you are breastfeeding, just check with your doctor or check with your GP whether you can take these supplements or not. Okay, what else I was going to say, my gorgeous Torini, when it comes to the actual relationships, this is also going to be an important moment in time, because what is actually going to happen when it comes to the relationship, something very big, as you as a couple are going to realize, as you as a couple are going to have, as you as the couple are going to see an important moment in time, and you're going to realize that something new is going to come up, something new is going to be offered, and you will see unlimited possibilities. Very important time for the couples indeed. For those of you that are single and ready to mingy, it's a great week to go out and just enjoy yourself and have a great time. But listen, my babies, listen, I don't want you to fell in love or something, because there is somebody that is going to be very naughty, and somebody with a very bad karma, attached to them, and somebody who's trying to use people, I'm sorry, it's going to be around you. So just be very careful and try to keep certain things to yourself, and try to not talk about too much of your private lives and things like that, because this person is not really nice. I'm sorry, but there is not right balance about this person. So that's why I'm just saying, please try to like kind of keep certain things to yourself. I can see that you will be attracting lots of people, and there's going to be a strong radiance about you, but most certainly no baby, this one is not going to be the right one. Okay. The third sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my powerful Gemini. Gemini. This is all about your own reflection. This is all about your own karma. This is all about your own unfoldment, and most certainly about a new beginning that you are going to have. Certain repressed emotions that you actually had within the last like about 12 months are just going to have a really nice turnaround, really nice unfoldment, really nice new starting point, and that is just going to make you feel a completely different and overwhelmed indeed, because you will get to the really important moment in your life. And the important moment in your life this week is going to be very evident to you and to people around you that is something, that certain decision that you made not that long ago now is just going to start making sense like there is no tomorrow. Absolutely fantastic, brilliant accomplishment, brilliant achievement. Your own wake-up call is going to be like important indeed, which is going to lead towards your own rebirth, and which is going to bring you the whole new harmony. This is an important week when it comes to your own grounding indeed, but also the certain disappointment that's going to happen when it comes to the certain stage, certain point in your life, and the disappointment that you are going to have. It's also going to be very interesting part and very important part of your progress, because you will need to make a certain decision, and the certain decision that you will need to make, you can only make if you have got like a certain responsibility that is so much like connected to your own particular maturity. But that maturity wouldn't happen or will not happen because it had to be connected to the certain process that you could have gone only through the certain perspective, and that perspective gives you the particular focus that you wouldn't have if you didn't deal with the certain karma and the certain spiritual journey the way you did. So this is an important moment in time when it comes to your own particular spiritual journey, because what is actually going to happen on another hand, what is actually going to come out of it, a realization, you will be able to move on, but without you even realizing, the certain stage of your life, it's coming to an end that is just going to make you realize, okay, I've tried this, it didn't work, it doesn't matter, I'm not going to be focusing on something that doesn't work, I'm not going to be focusing on something that, I'm not going to be wasting my energy. But that in itself is also as important, because at the same time, very important moment in time is going to happen where you're going to start gaining and feeling your own creativity, and that is going to bring you, look at this, upside down, the certain healing, and the certain healing is going to bring you certain awareness, and certain awareness is going to bring you certain realization, and then, my babies, what is going to happen, absolutely ridiculously powerful, an invitation, an opportunity that is actually going to arise. And this is going to be so good, because it's just all about the certain approach and advancement when it comes to your life, attraction when it comes to lots of different areas of your life, but also at the same time, this is to do with the request, challenge, proposal, and proposition. My Lord. An important moment in time for those of you that are looking for some kind of promotion, those of that are looking for some kind of new direction. An important also week for those of you that are looking for work, because something absolutely mind-blowing is going to come through, something absolutely mind-blowing is going to come forward, and this is all part of the certain focus, this is all part of the certain strength, this is all part of the certain activation that you're actually going to have. My Lord, this is really important moment in time on another hand as well, because what else I was going to say, it's just basically, it's to do with your skills, it's to do with you doing really well, it's to do with you being recognized. But on another hand also, it's very important moment in time when it comes to you realizing something very important about your life, very important about your skill, very important about what you do and what you're gonna do later. Believe me or not, this week is going to be life-changing, but especially when it comes to a new stage, a new realization about yourself that is going to come kind of be directly connected to your future and your future planning and your like immediate future planning indeed, because things are going to start changing after this week, and it's all down to you, my beautiful babies, and it's all down to you, my beautiful Gemini, indeed, to you and your hard work. You see, when it comes to the actual like health and things like that, I need you to like kind of start keeping grounded. I need you to like ground yourself. You know, I need you to go into the like into the future. I was going to say, whoa! I need you to go into the nature, and I need you to put your hands down, and I need you to ground yourself. I need you to touch the ground. And if you can't do this with your hands, maybe take your shoes off, take your socks off, and I need you to make a direct contact with the ground. People just don't realize how important it is for us to ground ourselves in this particular way. Indeed, it's important because you're going to be very powerful spiritually and mentally, and this is just going to be absolutely perfect and superb for yourself, because it's going to help you to relax yourself, but also your third psychic eye is going to become even sharper. On another hand, I need you to drink chamomile. Organic chamomile tea is rather important indeed, because it's just going to help you with a certain nervousness when it comes to your stomach, but especially when it comes to your stomach is going to feel like a little bit uncomfortable this week indeed. So that's why I would just like you to drink like an organic chamomile tea without any sugar, without any maybe you can have a little bit of honey, but maybe you can have a little bit of unwaxed lemon, you see. But I would just like probably, you know, definitely not sugar, please. And try to drink this chamomile tea like throughout the week, and it's going to help you a lot. Chamomile is a very powerful type of tea indeed, and it helps with so many different things. So I think for your balance, this is going to be absolutely superb indeed. When it comes to those of you that are in relationship, my lord, it's just so important, because maybe not that long ago you've kind of been through something, you've lost something, you lost a little bit of determination. The new determination is going to come through for you both as a couple. That is going to bring you a new initiative, that is going to bring you new strength, and that is going to bring you new force, activity and power. It's really good because on another hand, your partner is also going to have a really good news when it comes to their own success. And that is going to be beneficial, of course, for both of you. Okay, so the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my powerful Cancerian. Okay, my powerful Cancerini. You are also going to have an important week because it's to do with your skill. It's something, you are more going to have like some kind of bounce back karmically, mamma mia. It's going to be huge, very important and very significant mamma mia moment. And I'm saying this because you're going to surprise yourself about your own achievement. It's going to be good, it's going to be significant, it's going to be very passionate, but you are going to surprise yourself with your own achievement, and also you're going to surprise yourself about a certain connection when it comes to the certain skill. Something new is going to be born, something new is going to start, something new is going to begin, and that it's all going to be down to you, like working really hard, and down to you like discovering yourself, rediscovering yourself, and also most importantly rediscovering yourself in this spiritual world in your own particular journey, because you're gonna get a certain skill that is going to become very significant when it comes to you, and that particular skill is going to become so powerful because it's directly going to be connected to your future planning. But even more importantly, it is going to be direct. It is going to be connected to you having your oh my lord, very powerful moment when you will have a very sharp subconscious mind together with the third psychic eye, and that is going to give you a vision. That is going to be connected to the certain vision, and this is all going to be very important because that certain vision is also going to help you to make a decision, and the decision that you're going to make, it's something that you weren't too sure, something that was on your mind not that long ago, and that is going to come back, and it is going to require for you to illuminate that part of your life, that part of your thinking, that part of your karma, that part of your world, and it's going to surprise you. You're going to surprise yourself because you will react in a way that you wouldn't normally react. But this is so good. And also I need you to tell you to be a little bit careful this week, when it comes to like negotiations, when it comes to writing something important, when it comes to starting something important, I would rather if you would do it like a week after. This week you will realize about somebody very naughty. This week you're going to realize about somebody like being very deceptive and very bad. This is not a friend of yours or anything like that. Thank God. This is just going to be somebody whom you are going to have an opportunity to have a certain dealings, but I'm just warning you to kind of back off from this person, because it's a little snake in the grass that is going to be around you. But this grass is really long, this grass is really big, this grass is really thick, but you're not wearing your shoes. So be very careful, because if you step on this snake, if you step on this snake, you know this snake is going to bite you, and that bite can be quite naughty and deep. So that's why I just need you to protect yourself. And in order to protect yourself, you just basically like you keep certain things to yourself, like don't start keep important things to yourself, like trust your own intuition, trust your own third psychic eye, and don't start any big or any huge negotiations. You can think about them, or don't buy anything huge. You can think about it, you can focus on it this week, but don't start this energy, don't begin this energy, don't go within this energy, not this week, because this is the way you're gonna protect yourself. And that's all what I want you to say. Okay, just keep your eyes open, and also you are going to have a really good news about your own achievement and your own success, and that is going to be brilliant for you, because something else is going to become available after that moment in time, after that point. On another hand, what else I was going to say, you know, when it comes to there is a certain person that is going to return into your life, and I like this because this is somebody who means to you a lot. This is somebody who knows you really well. This is somebody who's very significant in your life, and that person is about to return and bring the whole new balance. And this is really good because it's all about the harmony, all about cooperation, all about understanding, and all about creating something really big, something really new, and something really significant indeed. What else I was going to say, my gorgeous Cancerini, is basically this is going to be an excellent week to look for a job if you're not kind of having if you're not having a job. For those of you that are looking for a job, for work, this is an excellent time to look for work. But just remember, not a great time to start things. Maybe to start a week after, but to actually search, to kind of try to rediscover certain things, that's great. But to actually start something officially, no, baby, no. Okay? When it comes to the actual health, I need you to kind of make sure that you take something like for stress a little bit, because there's a lot going to be going on. And when I said for stress, I don't make any medications or something like that, God forbid, no. Every single thing that I recommend and every single thing that I say to people, it's actually completely natural, 100% natural. So if you can find like a natural source of B vitamins, that would be absolutely fantastic. And also zinc, if you can find the actual natural sources of zinc, would be absolutely fantastic. Pumpkin seeds would be absolutely wonderful for you to nibble on this week as well. This will be very significant. I'm not saying that you're going to be like stressful like there is no tomorrow, but I just want you to pay attention to this, because it's going to help you out so much with your stress level, so you can feed it and you can feel so much better. On another hand, for those of you that are actually in relationship, your partner is going to do something so wonderful. And what your partner is going to do this week is just going to make you feel so good. It's going to make you feel so proud. It is direct a result of what your partner started some time ago. And I did see this before, and this situation seems to like kind of continue. And I really like this because it seems to be like a really important for both of you, and it is going to bring you a really wonderful and really significant power. This is so good, because also certain things are going to be answered. Something that you were wondering about your partner, it's going to be answered to you in the best possible way. Your partner is lovely, your partner is nice, your partner is very significant, and your partner has got so much more to give and so much more to offer. But the most importantly, significant moment in time, because there is something, it's going to start, something very important is going to start in between both of you. On another hand, for those of you that are single and ready to mingy, it's just wonderful, and it's very significant, because this this is going to be the moment in time, the whole week. You're going to be going out, you're going to be spending time with people, you're going to be shining very brightly indeed, and your radiance is going to be like kind of through the roof. Very important. You're going to feel very sensitive on one hand, very needy on one hand, but also very powerful and very radiant on another hand, which is going to be fantastic, bombastic combination, which is going to put you in touch with very important people when it comes to your own emotional development. Somebody very important, somebody very significant, somebody very powerful is going to come through when it comes to your love life. Okay, so be prepared to be swept off your feet indeed, because there is somebody gonna happen. You're gonna meet someone this week who is just going to be part of something very important, and you're also gonna, just as soon as you meet this person, you will be able to like kind of see your future with this person. So that's why I'm saying, go out and meet as many people as you can and see where this person is hiding. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my powerful Leo. Leo, time to roar. Leo, time to like focus so much, because now what is going to happen, you have been going through the certain situation, you have been doing certain things that have been slightly different within the last, and especially in the last 2 or 3 months. There were like certain things that happened. You were worrying about a certain family member. Now that family member is going to be absolutely fine. That family member is going to be absolutely okay. Bless you. Okay, you were worrying about a certain family member, and it's a lot to do with a certain health, and it's a lot to do with a certain issue, and this family member means to you so much because they've lost themselves in this world a little bit because of the problem and illness, maybe something very negative, and then that affected you. Bless your heart as well, in such a way where you found yourself in such a way that you can't actually focus clearly because you're worrying about your family member. Bless your heart. I'm sending you big kiss, because you're very emotional, you're very big, you're very important, you're very strong, and you've got such a beautiful courage and beautiful heart. I get you completely, my gorgeous Leonis. I get you completely. So now this is going to be a turning point indeed. Okay, you have been going through the certain situations, you have been going through the certain problems, but it's not about the problems, but there was something new that was happening in the last couple of months. There was something unusual that was happening, something different, and this is a very important beginning and very important start, because this is going to lead towards you having a very important focus, but also the beginning of something very important when it comes to an adventure. Literally, your life is about to become like an adventure, and enthusiasm is going to come through, because it's going to become like your spiritual power. That in itself is going to be responsible for you feeling very optimistic, of you feeling very good, and that is also going to be responsible for you having your own rebirth, because you're going to realize something very important. Your life is about to start changing. Your life is about to become really big. Your life is about to become really brilliant, and there is some really big element of that is about to start changing, and you will like it because it's directly connected to the big change, and it's directly connected to your home, directly connected to the group of people, directly connected to the certain accomplishment that you had. It's not that long ago, and that accomplishment is also allowed you to think in a certain way, and this thinking just helped you to have your own reflection, and that reflection gave you the whole new perspective, and that perspective became your radiance, your power, your brand new invocation. I repeat, this is going to have a very strong connection with your home, with changing something and doing a really big change. This is so good, because also is the confidence that you are going to have. You know that the time is right. You are going to get the good news. You are going to hear a good news, and this is so good. This good news is about yourself, something that you have been waiting for, and it's almost going to become like a green light to you. Red, yellow, green. Go, my babies, go. This is so good, and it's so important, and also this is going to be your turning point indeed. I can't express explain enough how important this week is going to be when it comes to your own turning point, and you are going to have a reason to celebrate. You are going to have a very important completion, and your passion and the whole new promise are going to become very evident here. I'm so happy for you because, as I said, this is going to be a turning point, and because not only absolutely amazing progress you are going to have, a swift change that you are going to have, but there is so much going to be going on this week, a very busy week, but also a lot is going to be on your mind. Pay attention to your dreams, my babies. Pay attention to what's on your mind, because there is going to be an absolutely life-changing progress here indeed. Very, very creative week when it comes to you, and also it's the certain influence that is going to become evident, and the certain influence that is going to become evident is going to be connected to somebody who you know really well, somebody who you appreciate, and somebody who you know really well. It's going to have a really important moment in time when it comes to their own strength, when it comes to their own power, when it comes to their own achievement and success, and that is going to become the motivation. Sometimes every now and then we're just in touch with the right people, with the perfect people who have a perfect balance of energy, which just bounce back with our energy. At the same time, it helps us out a lot, but it helps out to them as well. So we just kind of feed from each other with the right people who are meant to be in our lives on our spiritual journey. So therefore, it is going to be the motivation behind someone very successful in your life that is just going to bring you the breath of a fresh air. Very beautiful moment in time indeed, but on another hand, this is going to bring you the whole new hope, whole new faith and inspiration, and the bright prospects that are just going to help you to relax, and it's also going to bring you so much to kind of focus on, so much to think about your life and about your future planning. Very important moment in time as well when it comes to the certain challenge that you are going to have this week, but that challenge is going to happen out of the blue. It's going to come out of the blue, and it's going to require from you to act in a certain way. And what is actually going to happen, you would kind of need to take time out to think about it, and this is going to happen just literally out of the blue. But now you will have a certain great determination around you, which is just going to help you to kind of respond in a certain way, which is going to surprise you. You will feel very sharp and very significant in that moment in time, but that in itself is going to be the beginning of something very, very special indeed. You also need to pay attention to your dreams, my gorgeous Leonis. You need to pay attention to your dreams, and you need to especially pay attention to what's the very first thing on your mind as soon as you wake up in the morning, okay? Throughout this week, in between the 19th and 25th of August, just pay attention what's on your mind, because what's on your mind is going to be very important when it comes to the next stage of your life, next stage of your unfoldment, because there are a couple of choices that are going to come to you that are going to really nicely beautiful come through and fell in between your life and in between the things that you're doing and between the things that you're focusing. But both things are going to be completely new. Both things are going to present completely two new choices that are going to be literally life-changing. I can't explain enough how important this time is going to be. I can't explain enough how important this week is going to be indeed. Also, what else I was going to say is just basically it's an important moment in time when it comes to the certain judgment. So if you feel like really bad about somebody, if something comes to you this week and you feel negative about somebody, please don't do it. Don't think about it in a negative way. This is happening for a reason. This is happening with a reason. So you need to forgive and forget. Karmically, it's going to be an important moment in time, so you will be able to focus on quite a lot. You will be able to achieve quite a lot. But at the same time, you need to remember to forgive and forget, and that is going to set you free. And also at the same time, that is going to set you free in such a way where you are going to speed up with a certain process of your life. So the certain stale process of your life, negative, bad process, something that didn't happen, something that just came to an end, it is just going to speed it up, and it's just going to help you to have a really big jump, massive jump over it, and go to the future planning instead of just dragging along things that are not going to happen, things that just literally came to an end. It's very important to realize this on time instead of just longing for the things that are not there anymore. karmically it's very heavy, and karmically it slows us down. And that's why I'm saying this is such an important moment in time, my babies. Okay. And also, what else I was going to say, you see, it's very important, like, for you to kind of, like, when it comes to your health, drink lots of water, my babies. Drink lots of water indeed. Superbly important week for you to drink lots of water, because it's going to help you to get rid of the toxins and to purify yourself. On another hand, I can see your head being very sensitive. Okay, there is this herb that's called feverfew. This herb that's called feverfew, it's absolutely brilliant and it's superb and it's natural. Okay, and this is something that I highly suggest to get a feverfew herb. And also magnesium. Okay, natural magnesium supplements are also very important to take in combination with the feverfew. If you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant or if you're breastfeeding, I highly suggest to speak to your doctor or GP, because only they can tell you whether you can take this or not. And also it is going to be very important to top up with the vitamin D, but also calcium as well. Vitamin D and calcium as well, it's very important to top up with, so you can take care of your sensitive bones. It's the same, just check with your doctor or GP if you're pregnant or if you're breastfeeding or if you're on any other medications. On another hand, when it comes to the actual couples, you see, my gorgeous Leos, now it's just basically your partner is going to need a little bit of help. Your partner is going to need a little bit of your hand, you know, like your help, your emotions, your energy, because your partner is just going to have quite a stressful week. So you're just going to need to do something for your partner, like to break that stressful week down. And what you normally do is what I say, is just like to break this energy and to get into the different dimension. It's basically just try to, like, kind of buy something new, surprise your partner, buy something for your partner, get something new, surprise them. And this energy in itself, it's very powerful and it's very grounding, but especially when it comes to, like, some kind of, like, a difficult stage when it comes to stress. That's how you deal with this indeed. Okay, for those of you that are single and ready to mingy, you're gonna feel super sexy this week. You're gonna feel very radiant this week. You're gonna meet quite a lot of people, but especially it's just basically the certain hope, faith, inspiration that you are going to have at around the time when you're connected to the certain bright prospects. This is the moment in time when you're gonna meet someone very special. This is the moment in time when you're gonna meet someone very significant, but this is going to be only the beginning of something very special friendship that is going to become something vavavoomish later on. Watch this space, my Leonies. Watch this space. Okay, so the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, of course, it's going to be my gorgeous Virgo. Virgo, my gorgeous Virgolini. My gorgeous Virgolinis, this week is going to be like, ooh la la. This week is going to be the week of the beginning of something very special when it comes to something really new that is going to have one of the most impactful and one of the most significant unfoldments of your life. You're going to get a chance to look at yourself, to look at your situation from a completely different angle, my gorgeous Virgolin, and you are going to have a very unusual dream, very strange dream that you are going to have in between the 19th and the 25th of August. You may not even remember this dream, but this dream is going to reveal something special. And when I say you may not even remember this dream, I'm saying that you may wake up in the morning, you will wake up in the morning and you may feel a little bit strange, you may feel a little bit moody, you may feel a little bit bizarre and strange, and this is because you're going to be the part of the completely different dimension, very strong, very strong, very strong. And you will also at the same time, if you don't remember your dreams, which is very possible, you're going to also on another hand have a very strong connection with a certain word, with a certain part of your life, with something that is just going to be keep on bringing you down, and something that is going to be taking you in a certain direction. And that in itself is going to be an important moment in time, because that is going to help you with a certain resolution of the problem, with a certain wishful thinking. When I say wishful thinking, it's just basically you need to change the way of thinking about a certain point, about a certain stage in your life. Maybe you were thinking too big, maybe you stretched your mind too far. The bottom line is that something is coming to an end in your life, and what is coming to an end in your life is going to be, oh gosh, you see this, it's going to be big, it's going to be huge, and it's going to be absolutely life-changing, okay? Number 7 is going to be a lucky number, my gorgeous Virgoline. Number 7 is going to be a lucky number, my babies, and what you need to do is just write it down in your hand throughout the week. Have a little pendant with number 7, write it on a little bit of paper and have it in your pocket. It's very important for you to do so, because it's going to help you to connect to this energy even more. It's going to help you to connect to this energy even further, which is going to, on another hand, create and open up a new pathways in between you and your future. This week is very important as a stepping stone when it comes to you and when it comes to your achievement, and it's going to be way bigger than you think. Something is just going to come back, and wishful thinking is going to reflect on a certain situation in your life right now, certain situation that is going to need changing, certain situation that is going to need adjustment, okay? An important adjustment, an important enlightenment, an important moment in time, my gorgeous Virgoline, because this is going to be your own wheel of fortune that is going to take you far, far, far in your life indeed, and it's a lot of things are going to change, but to the best of your abilities indeed. But it's going to happen with such a way when you're going to have a festival, like a certain realization, wishful thinking, certain situation is going to come to an end, and also an obstacle that you are going to have this week. It's also going to be playing an important role when it comes to the swift change, when it comes to the very, very slow progress of the certain stage in your life, very slow progress when it comes to you making a very important decision, something that you knew that you're going to do in a long time, but you're just like, oh God, waiting for this, waiting for that. Don't wait, baby. Don't wait, baby. This life is too short. We are on this world, we are on this earth for a really short period of time. We are not going to stay on this world for a long time, forever. We are just go and then we come back. It all depends on our spiritual journey, and that's why I'm saying, as more as we get to the certain point, as more as we realize, the more important it's going to be. This is so significant because, as I said, a certain obstacle is going to come to an end, and the obstacle that is going to come to an end is going to be brilliant, and it's going to also help you with a really slow progress, in your life. And it's a challenge, and it's going to be brilliant, and you're going to do really well. And this most certainly is going to bring you the control over the situation like you didn't have in a long time. But the most importantly, the brand new beginning, which is also going to be connected to the wish, to the certain wish that was in your mind, that you wanted to do, that you wanted to make, that you wanted to have in a really long time. It's all about having a clear focus through the certain enlightenment, vitality, and also the motivation that you are going to have. It's going to be absolutely mind-blowing. You know what else I was going to say, my gorgeous Virgoline? What else I was going to say, my babies? Listen, you are going to have an amazing triumph, good news. Good news, it's going to be absolutely fantastic. And that is going to happen at the beginning of this week. And the good news that you are going to have, it's going to be completely connected to your current situation. It's going to feel good. It's going to make you feel so vavavoonish about yourself. It's going to make you feel so optimistic about yourself and about your achievement. And that was something that was missing, this particular frame of mind, this particular energy, because it's all about your own advancement. It's something that you expected about your achievement, but it's just going to feel so good. It's just going to feel so significant. It's just going to feel so big, because that in itself is going to be something very important, because on one hand, you will realize your own results of your efforts, but it's a lot to do with the promotion of your own life, promotion of your own skills. But on another hand, this is all going to be a lot about your own recognition of your abilities and your ideas that you wanted to happen, ideas that were implemented, but it's just so much more advanced that you actually thought so. There's so much more advanced on a so much more advanced level. I don't even know how to explain this, my gorgeous Virgolins. I don't even know how to say this. It is going to be the week of Vavavoom. It is going to be the week of power, where you're going to have a destiny, fortune, and outcome, absolutely mind-blowing outcome by the end of this week. This is going to be a wheel of fortune, and this is all going to be about you, about your own success, about overcoming obstacles and challenging, but also it's just all about advantage, victory, and also there is a certain negotiation that you're going to have, and that negotiation is going to take you far. That negotiation is going to be huge, it's going to be massive, it's going to be absolutely significant, and it's going to help you to literally change your life. I don't even know how to explain this, because this is just something that you wanted to do in a really long time, and this is something that is going to help you to reflect your life in a completely different way. And there is also an important realization that you are going to have at the same time, and that realization is going to be huge, it's going to be big, it's going to be massive, and it's going to confirm something very important to yourself when it comes to your life, and when it comes to the new stage, and when it comes to the future planning. But this is going to be big, 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 big. Great week to talk to important people, great week to kind of meet up with important people, great week to meet up with the people who are making us feel really uncomfortable or really, really negative like normally. So this is an important week to actually deal with people, with those people that are making us feel like we don't have a confidence, for example, because we are going to have a very, very strong and very significant confidence this week, because we're going to be flying on the wings of an angels. Okay. What else I was going to say? Very important week when it comes to the actual negotiation. If you would like to buy something big, go for it. If you would like to negotiate, go for it. It's just so important. Like any job, applying for a job, just go for it, because you're going to do so well, because you're going to have a shower, a powerful sacred shower around you, a shower of energy which is going to give you so much confidence that you will be doing the right things, you will be making the right things, you will be saying the right things. It's going to be absolutely brilliant, my gorgeous Virgolins. It's going to be absolutely brilliant. On another hand, when it comes to your actual health, this is so good. You need to eat. I mean, you need to A, C, and E. Antioxidants are going to be very important. Vitamin A, C, and E are going to be very important. So if you can eat food, drinks, and things like that, which are going to be rich in vitamins A, C, and E, because you're going to benefit from this a lot. And also on another hand, please, my babies, just keep on taking spirulina, keep on taking the golden combination. I know I've said this before, I'm sorry, but it's the combination of spirulina, natural organic supplement, with the actual acerola cherry powder. I know I talk about acerola all the time, but Virgolins, my babies, you especially are going to benefit from acerola cherry powder and spirulina like there is no tomorrow. Spirulina is going to give you energy, and acerola cherry powder is going to help you with the vitamin C levels, which is something that you need to top up with. But also inside of your mouth, it's going to be rather sensitive, which is like a vitamin C. It's absolutely brilliant. Acerola cherry powder is highly rich in vitamin C. It gives you whopping 1080 milligrams of vitamin C per just 1 teaspoon in a little bit of water every single morning. If you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant or if you're breastfeeding, please check with your doctor or GP, because only your doctor or GP can tell you whether you can take these supplements or not. Okay, so what else I was going to say, basically, for those of you that are actually in relationship, your partner is going to go through certain pressure. Your partner is also similar to the Leo situation. Dear Lord, your partner is going to go through the certain pressure, and it is not going to be easy, but it's all a lot to do with your partner going through the certain problems, that's causing them pressure, and there is no one else that can help them, and I'm going to say the similar thing that I said to Leo. What you need to do is just make sure that you actually kind of do something for your partner, make something for them, create something. You need to bring a different energy. So buy something for them, buy them a little gift or something like that, because that is a very good energy of grounding, energy of power that is going to bring a lot of a new energy, which is exactly what your partner is going to benefit from. Your partner is going to do great, but it's a lot to do with their own problem, and it's a lot to do with their own issues, and this is coming to an end, and that's really important anyway. Okay. And for those of you that are actually single and ready to mingle, my gorgeous Virgolins, you need to let it go. Sorry. There is somebody this week that is gonna bounce back in your mind, somebody from the past, somebody like an ex-lover perhaps, or somebody who you wanted to be, or somebody who you were focusing on. I was just step away from that person, I will stay away from that person. So the bottom line is, whoever you focus on this week from your past, you need to just learn and let it go. An important moment in time, because as soon as you do this, this is going to be the moment of time where it's going to to become for your, like your own rebirth, and the new door are going to be open, and you're going to allow someone else to come through, allow someone else to come forward. So anybody who comes through like from the past, it's time to move on. Please, my gorgeous Virgolins, you've got a very strong power of your mind. You should not focus on somebody who you know, the things came to an end, literally. Okay. Sorry. Woo. Okay, the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my powerful Libra. Libra, 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 Libra. Libera, 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 libera. Libera, 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 libera. That you're flying again, that you're seeing your situation from a completely different angle, that's you testing yourself, but at the same time feeling very, very challenging. There is a challenge that you are going to have this week, and that challenge that you are going to have this week, it's also going to be very, very little bit unusual, because it's just going to kind of put you in a situation with a certain people, with a certain group of people, and that on another hand is going to kind of leave a little bit of bitter taste in your mouth. But you are going to surprise yourself. You are going to surprise yourself with a certain reaction. This is good, this is good, this is good, because that on one hand is going to give you the great determination, but on another hand you will see that through this situation you will have a conflict avoidance. The certain challenge is going to be directly connected to the certain conflict avoidance, and that in itself is going to be so good, because this is going to be a new beginning, which is going to become a new turning point. You're going to start feeling very, very closely connected to a certain part of your life, and therefore that is going to make you feel like you need to shine a little bit of light on, and that on another hand is going to make you aware the certain problem, but the bottom line, even more importantly, the whole new option is going to become available. I'm so happy for you, because that in itself is just going to make you feel very creative, very happy, and very optimistic. It's going to put a big smile on your face also, because the certain problem it's coming to an end, the certain issue is coming to an end, but most importantly the future planning that is going to become available is going to be absolutely life-changing. This is so good, because you will have a really big reason to actually celebrate. Okay, you will have a big reason to celebrate, because resolution of a problem is going to be very good. The conclusion is going to be mind-blowing. The conclusion is going to be literally life-changing, and I'm so happy for you, because it's something that was bothering you for a really long time, and something that was kind of preventing you to be yourself. Look at this, my gorgeous. Libera, libera, libera. This is what I was saying. This is why I was so happy to sing this for you. This is what I was trying to say to you. This week is important. My Libra, this week is significant. You need to do as much as you can. You need to throw yourself in the situations you haven't been before. You need to explore as much as you can. You need to do as much as you can. You need to go out and try to be part of the nature, because being part of the nature is also going to invite certain spirits around you, but it's not about that. It's about the fact that something is going to come through. Certain beginning of an adventure which is going to be absolutely mind-blowing, but on another hand an omen that you are going to have, it's going to be absolutely mind-blowing. And an omen you're going to have, it's going to be also like a little animal, like a cat. Watch for the cat, or watch for a little animal that is just going to happen in your life when you feel very interesting energy, very bizarre energy, very different energy, and that in itself is just going to bring you the certain balance, and the certain balance is also going to make you feel like connected to the certain part of your life, sharp focus, but also the whole new hope, inspiration, and faith is going to come through. Oh my God, for those of you who felt a little bit low, for those of you who felt a little bit down, for those of you who felt like a little bit stuck in the situation, you can expect something very, very mind-blowing to actually happen. It is all about mixing of the old and present. It is going to be very strong connection and reconnection with your past, with your childhood, but the most importantly, certain insight is going to give you, to help you to have a certain perspective on a problem and issue that is going on in your life at the moment. The bottom line is, and it's all about optimism, and it's all about fulfillment, and it's all about satisfaction, pleasure, and happiness, but it's also a lot about you rediscovering yourself, you rediscovering your life. But especially in those moments in time when you didn't know what to do, this is going to be absolutely mind-blowing, because this is going to be something that is going to give you determination, and that in itself is just going to help you to make a big change, to make actually a very important decision when it comes to your home, when it comes to your family, and that in itself is going to bring the whole new turning point, and absolutely fantastic. And you're going to feel proud of yourself, you know, proud of your achievements this week, and that in itself is just going to reflect on other people, and it's going to be really good, beautiful chain reaction that is just going to karmically be very strong, and it's going to help you to reflect on the certain parts of your life, and that in itself is going to give you an idea, the idea that is just going to literally change your life, an idea that is going to start something very important and very significant, an idea that is going to be literally life-changing, not only for you but for the people around you. This is so good, my gorgeous Libra. This is so good. I don't even know how to explain this. Also, there is a certain success that you are going to have, and the success that you're going to have, it's going to come in the form of a gain, in the form of accomplishment, and it's also going to be absolutely fantastic, because it's going to put you in touch with somebody very important, who is also on another hand going to be very successful relationship for you, a very successful person for you, when it comes to you kind of getting something from them, and you kind of realizing something through that person, which is just going to kind of be so important for you, and so important for your progress, and so important for your turning point. And a certain obstacle is just actually going to come back, and another obstacle that you are going to have, it's actually going to turn out to be something really important, because in a negative situation you're going to realize that there is a beginning of something that is just going to become very important and integral part in your life later on. Also, just remember that basically it's just all about when it comes to your life in general that week, it's about your accomplishment, it's about you, it's about the moment in time when you took the right decision, when maybe everybody was saying, oh God, what are they doing, what is he doing, what is she doing, you know, and now that is going to come back, and it's going to make you feel really vavavoomish and really good about yourself. You see it's the tree again, the same card again, and it's all about the success, and it's all about the certain gain, and it's all about the good news that you are going to get through this. This is so good, because it's all going to make you feel very deep and very emotional, you know, and on the spiritual level, on the working level, you know, this is going to be absolutely wonderful balance indeed. The certain person that you were thinking about, that you were worrying about when it comes to your home, that reflected on you even more than you actually realize, you are going to have a really important realization, and that important realization is also going to help you with a certain part of your life that caused a little bit of ruin indeed. On another hand, I can't explain how important this time it's going to be. This is all about the harmony. This is all about you doing certain adjustment. There is an adjustment that you are going to have about your life, and that adjustment that you are going to have about your life, it's all about your own transformation. It's all about your own rebirth. You know, it's all about a certain power, very sacred power that you are going to have, that it's going to give you a chance to look at your life from a different angle. When I say this, look at your life from a different angle, don't just take it like with a pinch of salt, you know. This is very important, because what's going to happen, you're going to have a very strong connection with your subconscious mind. So you also need to pay attention to your dreams. You also need to pay attention to what you're focusing on the very first thing in the morning, because that is just going to bring you some kind of realization. Just remember, my babies, focus on your dreams throughout the week, and focus very much so on the very first thing that's on your mind in the morning, because that is going to be directly connected to your own rebirth. That is going to be connected to the part of your life that you maybe should give more energy, more direction, more energy than any other part. And it's going to surprise you, because this is what it happens, and we get this information through our spirit guides, our angels, and throughout hermit moments, you know. So that's why this is important, because this in itself is going to bring you the whole new focus, and that focus is going to bring you the full new unfoldment, and that unfoldment is just going to bring you the whole new perspective. But this is going to be big, it's going to be huge, and most certainly it's just going to kind of bring another like a new idea, another new learning progress, another new learning situation is going to become evident here. So whatever you're doing, whatever you're focusing on, something else is going to come through. New energy is going to require from you to go on the next stage and the next journey. Whether you're employed, whether you're not employed, whether you're retired, it doesn't matter. The week is going to be very important because you will be able to smell changes. You will be able to feel changes, but these changes are going to be directly connected to what you do and what you're doing now, but also with actual an element of some kind of apprenticeship, because you will go, you will go on the next stage of your journey. And this is going to be an important moment in time, because as I said, it is just about the accomplishment that is going to bring you the certain confidence, and that in itself is just going to be brilliant, because that in itself is going to make you feel authoritative in a really good way. And that is a very good and important energy, and that is all about your practical knowledge and all about the certain realization, all about the strength, courage, you feeling free, you feeling happy with yourself, and also you feeling very, very enthusiastic when it comes to the new beginnings. When we feel very enthusiastic when it comes to the new beginnings, this is when we know. When we feel very enthusiastic when it comes to doing something new, this is when we know that our spirit guides, our subconscious mind, our guardian angels are trying to let us know, listen to me, baby, the time is near, your changes are coming, your changes are here. And this is exactly what I want you to realize, because something very big is going to happen this week, where you're going to just kind of turn the new page over. You see. This is the death card, and this is so important. You see, this is absolutely superb, because it's all about your transformation. It's all about clearing away the old in order to actually get in with the new, let the new in. Let me tell you something else, my gorgeous Libra. This is an important card, because it's telling you that you should actually just change things around you. Dress up differently, have a different hair, have a different makeup if you're wearing makeup, have a different chains, do your actual to change your place around you, change your flat, change your house, change your garden. Whatever change you do, it will go a long way. Whatever change you start, it will go a long way. Whatever change you make, it will go a long way, because energetically will ring and will go to the universe, and it will all come back at you. And it's going to come back at you in such a fantastic and mind-blowing way, where you're going to be showered with all these realizations and all these informations and all these things to do, new options to do that you wouldn't normally have. And that's why I'm saying that sometimes you just have to go with this wonderful, powerful flow, where there is so much that is going to bounce back at you, especially when it's the world and the actual the spirit guides are trying to let you know to go with the flow in such a way where you need to clear away the old in order to make a space for the new. Very important, very big, and very significant indeed. Okay, so now my gorgeous Libras, when it comes to the actual health, now you need to pay attention when it comes to your shoulders. You need to pay attention. You need to make sure that you are having correct pillow. You need to make sure that you're sleeping in the right way. You need to make sure that you can sleep like maybe on a side throughout this week, please, because your low back as well is going to be quite sensitive. And when you sleep on your side with the correct pillow and with the pillow in between your legs, that's really good, because you will give a chance to your back, especially to your lower back, to actually relax in a certain way. And if you don't put like a pillow in between your legs, that is not going to happen. So this is something that I need you to I need you to take. And on another hand, I need you to take something for your energy level. So if you can take like a spirulina as well, it's going to be quite significant. Spirulina, organic spirulina, is just something that I highly recommend to everybody. Very significant, very powerful, and very important when it comes to the actual energy. Please take organic spirulina. If you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant, if you're breastfeeding, then just check with your doctor, check with the GP. Only they can tell you whether you can take this or not. But spirulina you can take like in a tablet form or in a powder form. In a tablet form is much easier, but it needs to be pure. And in the powder form it's like actually quite heavy taste, very strong taste. So it's up to you what you will go for, but it's something that I highly suggest to you. Okay, when it comes to your actual partner and when it comes to those of you in a relationship, it is going to be a very important moment in time for both both of you to do something different. You're going to need to bring changes into your life. You're going to need to change the certain bitter experience that you've maybe went through not that long ago, and some stationary period is going to need to change. You're going to need to start looking at the different at the things from a slightly different angle. But the bottom line is that you're going to need to change something. You're going to need to change you're going to need to make a different turn. Okay, for those of you that are actually single and ready to mingy, my gorgeous Libra, there is someone very significant that is going to be around you. There is someone very important. You're going to be out. You're going to go out a lot. You're going to meet quite a lot of people. You're going to feel very significant. You're going to feel very radiant. But there is someone in particular that is going to come forward, that is just going to be swept you off your feet. Some kind of beginning of something very important. One moment in time, one step in at a time. Indeed, somebody whom you are going to have lots of different situations, you know, but this is just the beginning. Somebody who's going to be the friend, somebody who you know first, and then later this is also going to become something vavoomish, something rather different indeed. So go out and meet as many people as you can, because there is someone very special that is about to become part of your spiritual journey, my gorgeous Libra, indeed. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, of course, is going to be my gorgeous Scorpio. My gorgeous Scorpioni, my gorgeous Scorpio, I love you so much. It's time to come out to play. Scorpio, come out to play. Scorpio, come out to play. Come out to play. Come out to play. Look, I changed the music for you. I made it more happy. I made it more significant. I made it more upbeat. You know why? Because your week is going to be very upbeat. You're about to go through something strange. You're about to go through something really bizarre again. But this is all to do with a different dimension. And this is also, especially the beginning of this week, the first couple of days are going to be very important. And the first couple of days are going to be very significant, especially when it comes to kind of like realization about certain stage and a certain part of your life. It's coming to an end. But then at the same time, you know, you're going to start feeling very strong. At the same time, there is going to be the confidence that you're going to have, and that is going to affect your balance, my gorgeous Scorpioni. That is going to affect your balance, because you will be able to reflect on your life in such a way where you're going to kind of like make a really big and powerful decision. And the big and powerful decision that you are going to make is just something that is also going to come through you feeling strong, through you feeling powerful, through you feeling very significant. And that in itself is going to help you to kind of have a really big jump over the certain situation in your life that will go for a really long time, and that will just kind of karmically affect you, and that will just karmically block you from achieving the biggest in your life. This is so important, because this is directly going to be connected to the beginning of something very important indeed, because you are going to have a control over your life, control over your situation, which is on another hand going to be directly connected to the new unfoldment. And that unfoldment is going to be everything. You're going to feel a little bit challenging situation, you're going to feel a little bit tested, but the bottom line is this is all going to be directly connected to the certain indecisive situation. There are a couple of things that are going to be on your mind this week, and both things are going to be really good. Both things are going to take you to the two completely different directions. So whichever thing you take, it doesn't matter. Whichever thing you focus on, it doesn't matter. You're still going to end up on somewhere really, really big and something really important. And most certainly, this is going to be the moment of your time. This is going to be the moment of victory. This is going to be the moment of power. This is going to be the moment of optimism. This is going to be the moment of the new beginning, which is just going to kind of help you to emerge in a completely different way. But on another hand, this is also going to be directly connected to the invitation and opportunity. And that invitation and opportunity is going to be mind-blowing, because it's going to be completely advanced with this part of your life that is going on right now, with a certain part of your life that needed a little bit of vavavoomish energy. And this is just going to come like a cream on top. And you're going to absolutely love it, because on one hand, this is going to be connected to the certain request challenge. But on another hand, this is just going to bring the whole whole new direction, whole new option into your life. It's all about a certain proposition, and it's all about a certain skill of yours, and it's all about a certain realization about a certain skill, but also new vision, the brand new vision that you are going to have. It's going to become the big moment in time, because it's going to bring you your own great determination, and that determination is going to be everything. On one hand, you will be able to prove something to yourself. On another hand, there is a big obstacle that is going to come to an end. On the third hand, you're going to start feeling very good about yourself, because you're going to make a really mature decision, really important decision that is going to give you so much confidence. And after that moment in time, everything is going to change, because it's just going to be the certain confidence that you are going to have from now on that is going to change your life, because you're going to start thinking in a certain way, in a very wise way. This is the moment for Scorpios. This is the moment of Scorpios when you will be able to prove something to yourself like there is no tomorrow. My goodness, like there is no tomorrow. This is so good, because after that moment, everything changes. Things that you didn't want to do, things that you felt like you don't like doing, things that you felt like you need confidence. Now you're just going to do this with so much power, with so much confidence, with so much enlightenment and vitality. This is so good, and it's all about your own destiny, all about your own fortune, all about a very important outcome that is literally going to change your life. You see, you're just also going to see something is going to come to you, some kind of realization, and something that it's just, you're going to see something in a natural shape. Like, for example, you're going to look at a cloud, and there's going to be like a little sign for you. You're going to look at the ground, and there's going to be like a little sign for you. You know, you're going to look at the flower, and the flower is going to have like a little bee on that is just going to mean something very special for you. And it's only going to mean to you, to your own energy, to your own dimension. It's just going to bring the whole new world. This is so important, because there is going to be like an amazing realization on one hand that you are going to have about yourself. As I said, a big time, a big moment for Scorpios in so many different ways. And on another hand, your number 9 is going to be a lucky number, so you can attach yourself to this energy, and this is a very powerful number. It's a very strong number, and it's also a very good number when it comes to your own personal accomplishments. So therefore, you're going to find yourself in a really good place where you're going to realize that you achieved so much more, and that in itself is going to be the moment of time when your instinct is going to be very strong, but also your rebirth is just going to be like very significant here, because that is just going to motivate you like there is no tomorrow. It is all about your success, material attainment, and advantage. You know, all about you finding yourself in a much better place, which is going to kind of be so good for your own optimism, for your own confidence, for your own power. It's absolutely remarkable indeed, in so many different ways. It's like all I can say, really. On another hand, there is a certain materialistic gain is going to become evident, and also when it comes to the certain when it comes to the certain inheritance or certain money that is actually going to surprise you, this is going to be a very significant week, because it's either going to be an inheritance, and if you haven't got anybody to leave inheritance, it is going to be like a certain money which is going to surprise you, but other people are going to be part of it, so it's going to be quite good actually. However, it is going to be success, it is going to be the worldly power that you are going to feel. It is going to be all about your own accomplishment, confidence, and it's absolutely brilliant. And certain influence is also going to be very significant. You know, you influenced someone not that long ago, but it was vice versa as well, somebody who knows you really well, and that is going to become evident, and that is going to be something that you're going to realize. You see, also absolutely remarkable, my gorgeous Scorpionis, look at this, you've got a death card. Of course you've got a death card as well. No, but this is so important, because this is all about your own rebirth. This is all about a new start, and it's also for you very important to smudge the home with a sage this week if you can. It's so important. Get rid of things in the home that you don't need anymore. It's so important. Change your clothes a little bit, you know, wear things you don't normally wear. Do your hair differently. This is all about get rid of the old energy. Energy is everywhere. The energy is in everything around us, in everything literally. So whether we change our hair, whether whether we have a different bracelets, whether we have a different watch, you know, whether we change our home, whether we bring a new table. It's so important, because for every single token, spiritual token that you do, every single token, spiritual token that you change, it's going to come back at you 1,000 more, in 1,000 more powerful, you know, from the universe, energy-wise, which is on another hand going to reflect on you in such a way where you're going to be provided with options that you wouldn't be provided normally. That's why I'm saying this is so important, because an invitation opportunity will soon arise that is just going to come out of all this, and it's going to be life-changing indeed, and it's going to lead towards your own personal rebirth. That's why I'm saying that this is an important moment in time for all of you, my gorgeous Scorpios, because after this week things are going to change, and you are indeed going to have a brand new beginning. You're going to feel free, grounded, very powerful, and also you're going to have a control over a situation like you never did. So you're going to feel strongly connected to certain parts of your spiritual journey that you wouldn't normally feel connected to, and that's why I'm saying this is really important indeed. Okay, what else I was going to say, Scorpios, you are going to have a very important message this week, very important message, and that message is going to be very similar to like some kind of good news about something, about a certain progress, which is going to give you a certain new perspective, and that in itself is going to be very important, because it's going to make you realize something very important about yourself, something very important about you, the way you handle the matters, and about the way you handle the certain matter, and that is just going to be so good, because you will realize, oh my god, that's amazing. I like that I reacted in the way that I reacted, because otherwise I wouldn't be feeling the way I'm feeling now. It's so good indeed, and something is going to be not only an accomplishment that you are going to have, but you will be able to prove something so important to yourself and to other people at the same time, something that people would say like, oh god, they can't do this, and that is going to be so good indeed, my gorgeous Scorpiones. Now, when it comes to the actual health, I need you to make sure that you take omega-3 essential fatty acids. Yeah, our body cannot produce this by itself, so it's so important to take this in a fish oils. But if it's in a fish oils, you must make sure it's like a non-GMO and all that rubbish, completely natural, or the plant version of that would be flaxseed oil. So one of these two would be so essential for you to take omega-3 essential fatty acids indeed. Okay. And also, if you're and that is going to help you a lot with the concentration, mood, memory, very important indeed. But especially concentration, this is going to be something that you will highly need to top up on indeed. Okay, what else I was going to say, if you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant, if you're breastfeeding, you need to check with your doctor, you need to check with your GP whether you can take this or not. Okay, for those of you that are actually in relationship, this is great, because there is some kind of like good news that good news that your partner is actually going to have. Good news that your partner is going to hear. So it's so important, because it's all about their own skill, it's all about what they were doing, it's all about their own mastery, it's all about what they were focusing on, and that just probably took a lot from your partner, you know, like energetic wise. So that's why this is going to be an important moment in time for both of you. And also something else is going to be going on for 3 months longer, some kind of situation, some kind of issue, some kind of process. It's going to go on for 3 months longer, and then that is just going to come to an end, and it's going to be absolutely wonderful, and it's going to be connected to the new beginning indeed. For those of you that are actually single and ready to mingle Scorpio, don't be naughty. I can see you flirting like there is no tomorrow. I can see you feeling very passionate about yourself, and that's exactly how you need to be. I can see you being very deep, but I can also see you thinking about the certain elements of your life, certain parts of your life, and I can also I see you enjoying yourself and being very creative and going out and being in touch with people more than anything else. And I like this. I'm not saying that you're not in touch with people, but you are going to be in touch with people a bit more than normally. So there is some kind of moment that you're going to have when you're going to feel super creative, and at the same time somebody is going to kind of become around you, somebody is going to be around you, and that person is going to become the part of you. That person is going to become the part of your energy, the part of your element, the part of your dimension, and also most importantly the part of the wonderful the adventure. Somebody very special is going to become part of your life this week. So just make sure you know who this is, and make sure you go out and make sure you have a great time, and because you are going to have a great time, and this is all going to reflect on you in such a beautiful and wonderful and rather powerful way indeed. Okay, Oh, so I'm joking. Okay, the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous Sagittarius. Listen to me, my babies. This is going to be an important moment in time because you are going to be facing certain issue, certain problem that is going to be connected to your home. And that certain problem is not something too bad. That certain problem is not that huge, but it's the bottom line is that there is going to be resolution to that problem. Really beautiful conclusion, and that in itself is going to bring you wonderful healing. But that healing energy is going to help you without you realizing to make a really big decision that is going to be connected to your home. So there's some kind of change that is going to happen connected to your home, immediate environment, and you are going to be showered by powerful healing energy, and that is going to help you to make some kind of like a decision, big change, some kind of adjustment. It's just so important because this is going to be the beginning of something very significant. It's going to bring you beautiful, healthy obsession because it's just going to be the start of something very special. And also this is going to be your turning point. The motivation that you are going to have is just going to bring you hope, faith, and the bright new prospects. And that in itself is also going to kind of help you with a certain judgment. And also when it comes to the certain justice is coming. Justice is nearly here, and it's so good because it's going to help you to literally change your life. This is the moment in time when you're going to feel certain success and certain gain, especially when it comes to money and especially when it comes to finances, and also an unfoldment of something very important when it comes to the person in your life, the family member that you were worrying about, that was kind of bringing you down, that didn't let you to move on with your life, whether you realize this or not. That karmic situation is coming to an end. On another hand, big week, huge week when it comes to work, huge week when it comes to career, huge week when it comes to finances, huge week when it comes to your own personal achievement when it comes to your own recognition. And I cannot explain how important this is going to be, because you're going to do something, you're going to make something that is going to change your life. Not only your life, but the lives of people around you who means to you so much. So therefore, the situation is going to happen, the situation is going to arise where you're going to make a certain decision, and this decision is going to be so big, so huge that you will not even realize. But the bottom line is that it's going to be great, it's going to be brilliant, it's going to be massive, and it's also going to lead to one of the biggest accomplishments that you ever had. The bottom line is that you will have the recognition like there is no tomorrow, and you will be showered, and you will not showered, you will be provided by an option that is just literally going to change your life. For those of you that are working, this is going to be amazing. You will be recognized, you will be watched, and now it's a moment in time to do as much as you can, prove yourself as much as you can, because you are having the beautiful butterfly wings like there is no tomorrow. If you're looking for work, just go and apply for as much as jobs as you can, because you will be recognized by the bodies, you will be recognized by people, by the companies who you wouldn't normally be recognized with, because this week in particular you are having a very strong energy, you're having a very strong power. A significant week also because you're going to talk to someone very important, and that important conversation that you are going to have is just going to lead you towards the door that they would never open if you didn't kind of make the certain decision within the last 36 months. But it took a while, but now most certainly the time of unfoldment is going to change everything, because there is a certain accomplishment that is going to become evident, great determination, and also control over situation, strength and courage is just going to be absolutely mind-blowing. Okay, the recognition that you're going to have is going to be huge. If you're retired, it doesn't matter, it's still going to be an important moment in time where you're going to have a focus and strength, and that is going to lead towards your own wake-up call, which is going to on another hand lead towards your own rebirth, and it's going to make you feel very creative. And this is how you will know which part of your life you really feel very strongly attached to. And it's also going to be the transition change. This week is going to change absolutely everything everything, because it's just going to be an abandonment of the problematic part of your life that you don't want to be there, and that is going to come to an end because the option is going to become available that normally it wouldn't be available. And that, on another hand, is going to deal you with the parts of your life that makes you feel really bored, that you don't want in your life anymore. And it's very important, because at the same time you will get rid of this karmic negativity that is very heavy. When certain things come to an end in our lives, they make us feel very tired, and they take lots of energy away from us, whether we realize this or not. So it's always up to us to realize, to have our own wake-up call through our own meditation and grounding, which is exactly what is going to happen here. And that is just going to make you to have an abandonment of the certain parts of your life. And this is good, this is good, this is good. Mental abandonment and physical abandonment, both of this is going to be very strong, and it's also going to make you to realize that there is going to be the certain sacrifice that you're going to need to make. You're going to need to make certain sacrifice, and that in itself is going to help you with the readjustment, okay, regeneration and rebirth. I can't explain how important this week is going to be, my gorgeous Sagittarini. My gorgeous Sagittarini, this week is going to be super important, super significant, especially when it comes to the certain recognition. The moment in time that you've been waiting for such a long time, the moment in time now that was very, very slow, now it's going to be like a swift change. And that swift change, not only is going to be directly connected to your future planning, but it's also going to make you realize the big change when it comes to your home, an overwhelming emotion, but something very particular about yourself and a particular about your skill that you're going to start feeling very attached to. Pay attention to what's concerning you, pay attention to what's important to you, pay attention to what you're calling you. This is going to be the week of your calling, and after this week things are going to change, because those parts of your life that you felt so dissatisfied with that you didn't see any that you had obstacles, now this is going to turn around, and now this is going to give you the satisfaction result, also a compromise, and this whole new inspiration is going to come through. Whole new inspiration is going to come forward, and you are most certainly going to have a key, the whole new key for something very special, the whole new key for something very powerful, the whole new key for something very important and very significant, the whole new key which is going to help you change your life. But it's going to come with an element of surprise. It's going to come with the element of something really new and something completely different. Watch this space. This week is going to be life-changing indeed. Somebody around you is going to need your help. Somebody in your family is going to need your help. Somebody who means to you so much is going to need your help. Please help them. They will not ask. They will not say, because they're too proud. Help them out, please. This is going to be so important. Help them out, because they're going through something very difficult indeed, emotionally, spiritually, and in so many different ways, okay? This is going to get back to you karmically so beautifully. Of course, I'm not saying this because because this is going to get back to you karmically. I'm just saying this is something that you will do and something that you need to do. Okay, and also this week is going to be quite interesting, because it is going to be like a couple of conflicts, because the energy is going to be really strong. Your energy is going to be very powerful, for sometimes people can't take it. Okay, so some people get like a bit of like some people don't know how to respond to the powerful energy that you are going to have. So some people, so there may be like a little bit of conflicting influence, conflicting energy. So anybody, this is also going to be the part of your test. So anybody who's trying to have to cause this energy reflection from you, you just basically remember to rise above this energy, rise above this negativity, and that in itself is just going to make you even more powerful, and it's going to help you to emerge in a completely different way. And that in itself is going to be instinctively the best and the most important thing to do, because that in itself is going to be an obstacle that you are going to go over, which is just going to bring you the whole new focus, and that is going to bring you the whole new strength indeed. For those of you that are actually wondering about health, it's just so important to ground yourself as well. So important to go out and touch the ground every now and then, and so important to take your shoes off, take socks off, and just make a connection with the nature. People don't realize how powerful this is. Very strong indeed, because it's going to help you to get a clear picture. It's a lot going to be going on. On another hand, please, you're going to have a certain toxins that you're going to need to wash out. In order to wash out and to get rid of the certain toxins in the body, just make sure that you're drinking lots of water throughout the week. And also your liver and your kidneys are going to be a little bit sensitive. So I'm just going to say to you, please drink as much as you can. Make your own smoothies throughout this week again. Raspberries, strawberries, goji berries, blackberries, blueberries, any berries, like absolutely super significant, the most powerful filter when it comes to your kidneys and when it comes to your liver. So try to make your own juices, smoothies, and drink them throughout the week, because it's going to help you out with this balance indeed. When it comes to those of you that are in a relationship, you see, it's important because your partner is just going to do something and it's going to revive your energy, revive your power. I can see two people getting closer together. I can see two people are falling in love together. I can see two people just really enjoying each other and having a great time. This is so important because it's telling me that it's also going to, certain issue is going to be resolved. Something that arrives not that long ago, it's finally, certain problem is going to come to an end. Certain problem is going to have a conclusion, which is only going to help to both of you to see the picture from a completely different angle. But most importantly, it's going to help you to take your relationship on a whole different level. Okay, for those of you that are actually single, at the moment in time when you're actually learning something, at the moment in time when you're actually feeling the urge to learn something new, this is at the same time going to be a moment in time when you're going to meet someone very special as well. You also, my gorgeous Sagittarian, need to be prepared, because there is someone very special that you're going to meet, but the way it's going to happen is going to happen at around the time when you start some kind of new learning experience. Just watch this space, because that person is going to be there. That person is going to be the part of it. That person is going to be the part of this new dimension, okay? And that is literally later on going to change your life. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be gorgeous, my ever so precious, my powerful Capricorn. Capricornius. This is so good, because somebody very loyal to you, somebody very important to you, somebody very significant to you, it's going to deliver certain message. The certain message that you are going to have is going to be really good, and it's going to be very significant, and it's going to be the game changer and the life changer indeed. It is going to confirm something to you. It's going to help you make a certain decision, but it's also going to help you to make a certain, to have a certain, to deal with a certain problem in a certain way, because this is going to be directly connected to a certain completion, and that completion is going to bring the whole new passion, and this is going to bring the whole new promise when it comes to your life and when it comes to your new direction, because it's going to be directly connected to the certain part of your life where you felt that the opportunity was lost. You had a certain opportunity. And this is why this week is going to be important. There's a certain opportunity that is going to bounce back. You had a certain opportunity within the last 12 months and you've lost that certain opportunity. You didn't lose that certain opportunity just because you've lost it. You didn't lose that certain opportunity because you've done something wrong. It just wasn't the right time. It just wasn't the right moment. The things in this life happen at the right time, at the right moment, according to our own spiritual journey. This is so important, because as we are living this life, at the same time we are making decisions, we are doing things, we're using our power, we are using our energy, and everything is part of our life. Everything is part of our dimension. Everything is part of our energy. And that's why I'm saying that this is an important moment in time, because if you've lost an opportunity, you've lost it for a reason. Now it's going to be like a vava-voomish moment in time, because that opportunity that was lost, it's actually going to come back. And that opportunity that is lost, it's going to come back, not in the same form at all, completely different, completely huge, completely massive. And you're going to end up, you see this, you're going to end up with 3 additional things. And 3 additional things that you're, gosh, I'm just dropping everything. I'm clumsy again. 3 additional things that you're going to end up with are going to be absolutely mind-blowing, and it's going to be absolutely life-changing. And you know why? Because the bottom line is that this 3 additional things are going to be so big, and they may not even, you see, it's going to be new beginning, very pure, very beautiful, very strong. You're going to feel like a spiritual rebirth, and this is actually nothing to do with what you've restarted. Nothing to do with that particular lost opportunity that I said. This is going to be something completely different, but karmically, this is going to be big, it's going to be huge, it's going to be giant in compared to that little opportunity that you felt like you've lost. Because if you didn't lose that first opportunity, you wouldn't get to this point. And this is why this is so important, because it's going to bring you beauty, love, a power, a whole new hope, of overwhelming emotion, the new bright prospects, great determination, initiative, the whole new strength, force, activity, triumph, power, success, oh my God, prosperity. This is all going to be absolutely life-changing, but at the same time, you are going to have a deep emotional feeling. That deep emotional feeling in itself is just going to help you with the beginning of the new. It's going to make you feel like this is the beginning of the new adventure. It's going to make you feel like very adventurous, very enthusiastic. But on another hand, it's just going to bring you the whole new focus. And that in itself is going to be a moment in time, because that in itself is just going to kind of be very directly connected to the turning point that you are going to have. And your turning point is also going to make you realize that there was a certain good influence that was around you not that long ago that was playing a certain role. Somebody helped you out to emerge in a certain way, and somebody helped you out to have a certain perspective and radiance and power, but without telling you what to do or how to do it. But it's just their benefit of their beautiful energy and power just initiated certain things within you without you even realizing. And that's why I'm saying that every single person we meet, it's also meant to be there, meant to be part of our journey. Sometimes we learn from people, but sometimes we just realize certain things from people. It all depends. But most certainly this is all going to make sense, because you are about to get your balance. And the balance that you are going to have this week, it's also going to help you a lot with a certain conflict avoidance that could have happened if you didn't kind of realize certain parts of your life. But also on another hand, it's just all about the future planning and a certain invitation or opportunity that is actually going to arise this week for you. An invitation opportunity that is going to arouse this week for you is just so good, because it's going to help you to focus in a certain way. It's going to help you to realize certain parts of your life, but it's also going to help you realize a really big change. You will feel like you want to make big change, you want to do big change, but it's just so much going to be connected to where you live, what you do on a daily basis. You will really feel like you want a big change. On another hand, it's just like a certain kindness that you have. This is why this is going to be vavavumish, karmically, absolutely mind-blowing week. My goodness, because now this is the moment in time when you don't even need to do anything anymore. You've done everything, my gorgeous Capricornians, my babies. I love you so much. You're beautiful, you're vibrant, you're amazing. You have a bone at a very dark part of the year, but I like that part of the year. You see, I really like it, but that in itself just gives you the certain power. That in itself gives you the certain power, certain energy, certain balance that no other sign has, like a Scorpio, for example. You're very powerful indeed. You're very significant indeed. You're able to use this energy, you're able to manipulate this energy, and you're able to see through things that some other signs are not. And that's why I'm saying that this is an important moment in time, because karmically you have done something very important not that long ago. So now this is coming back, and now it's going to be absolutely amazing because of your kindness. There is the certain gifts and certain materialistic gain that you are going to have, and it's so good. And I'm so happy for you, because this is going to be the moment in time when you're going to have a very strong accomplishment. Your energy is going to be very sharp, and also if you want something anything to do with the money, anything to do with negotiations, anything to do with starting something big, starting something new, anything to do with maybe going for a new job, maybe talking about a promotion, this week you're going to be superb. This week you're going to be very strong and very confident. It is absolutely the great week. And also when it comes to the moment in time, the problem, issue, negativity, what was bringing you down for the last 10 months? What was making you unhappy for the last 10 months? What was making you feel uneasy for the last 10 months? It's coming to an end, and the worst is almost over. It's not coming to an end completely, but no, sorry, the worst is over. The worst is over. You will have realization when the worst is over, when it comes to the certain issue. But I'm repeating, this is to do with a certain part of your life that was bothering you for the last 10 months, and you did didn't know what to do, and you only knew that you can like follow certain things, that you can be doing certain things, and you can just hope for the things to change. And it was all about the time. It was all about the focus, time, and just like basically just like waiting a little bit, you know, like basically it's all about like just kind of like just getting along with the and waiting for the right moment in time. Sometimes there's nothing we can do, but we can just wait. And most certainly this situation reminds me of this. The bottom line is it's coming to an end, and that is just going to bring the whole new inspiration, the whole new potential, and the whole new motivation like there is no tomorrow. The accomplishment is going to make you feel really good, and also the good news about your gain and about your own personal advancement that you are going to have, and that is going to provide you with a new opportunity. And also you will do something that you wanted to do for a really long time for somebody very important in your life. There is an important person, an important figure in your life that you wanted to do something for a really long time, something very important for that person, and you will get a chance to do this. On another hand, you're also going to be able to prove something to someone and to prove something to yourself. And also there is a certain skill about yourself that you're going to realize that it's just going to become the part of your spiritual journey, and it's very strong and it's very important. And also very important for those of you that are waiting for the certain justice. It doesn't have to be legal justice, it doesn't have to be court necessarily, but if you're waiting for somebody to actually make a certain decision, to decide something for you and things like that, now there is going to be the justice that is coming, that is very important and it's very significant. I'm really happy for you, because that is something that you've been waiting for a long time, and that is something that is going to be really important for your development, promotion, and outcome of the past efforts, believe me or not, because this is going to lead towards your own personal rebirth. Sometimes we are just waiting for the moment in time when the certain issue happens and certain issue comes to an end, and that in itself releases us, and that in itself creates the whole new energy, and that in itself makes us to become the part of the whole new dimension. This is exactly what is going to happen here. There is an important like victory that you are going to have. This is very personal, important victory that you are going to have, but then as well at the same time very significant negotiation. You will have a very significant negotiation, my gorgeous Capricornians. Number 7 is also your number this week, and it's absolutely mind-blowing that with all this that I said, number 7 is your number. Number 7 is highly spiritual. Number 7 is highly powerful. Number 7 is one of the most spiritually powerful numbers that are only going to bring you more, that are only going to enhance everything by you actually writing this number down on your hand, or write it down on a piece of paper, or have a little pendant with this number. It's going to help you to attach to this particular energy, and that in itself is just going to make this vibration even more powerful, even more strong, even more significant indeed. You see, it is just so good, because this is going to be your turning point. This is going to be the beginning of something really special, but there is an unexpected situation going to happen that is just going to also bring a certain person back into your life. But that is going to be an important moment in time, because somebody very important, somebody very significant, somebody very powerful, who is meant to be the part of your spiritual journey, who was meant to go away for a while, now that person is going to come back into your life. That person is very important, and that person is going to come back, and through this person you are going to be able to go on the next stage of your spiritual journey, because at the same time, before they come back, you will be tested. Be nice, be very open-minded, be very optimistic, and be very kind, you know, and generous, because that most certainly is going to come back at you in a millions of ways, and it's going to bring you one of the most powerful unfoldments of your life, because it's going to give you the chance to reflect on your life in a completely different way, and that is going to give you the whole new perspective, and you will see exactly what I mean. An unfoldment of something very important by the end of this week, and also resolution to the problem that was really bothering you is coming to an end, and it is indeed going to make you feel very inspired, very optimistic, very spiritual, and very healing. You know, compromise is going to become very strong and very evident and very powerful, but most certainly that compromise is going to be the stepping stone that is literally going to change your life. Okay? Now, what else I was going to say to you, my gorgeous Capricornians, when it comes to the actual health, you need to make sure that you pay attention to your memory. You need to make sure concentration levels, also omega-3 essential fatty acids, whether you can take it like from the fish oils or whether you're going to take it from like a flaxseed oil. It's very important. I would highly suggest you like a fish oil, but it needs to be like organic, and it needs to be without GMO and all that rubbish, you see. And if you don't want to take a fish oil, then flaxseed oil will be just as fine, and it's actually just a plant version of fish oils, you know. It's very important. If you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant or if you're breastfeeding, you need to check with your doctor, or you need to check with your GP, because only your doctor, GP can actually tell you whether you can take this or not. For those of you that are actually in relationship, my lord, very important moment in time. Something is going to happen and is going to change your relationship forever. But this is good, this is big, and this is very significant, and most certainly your relationship is going to go on the whole new level. I can see two people getting stronger, two people getting together, and two people getting their relationship even higher, further. Very good, very significant time for two people. For those of you that are single and ready to mingy, I'm sorry, but there is a little bit of a devilish person around you. So basically, I can see you going out, I can see you meeting people, having a great time. You're going to feel very radiant, very good looking, but there is a little snake in the grass. The grass is going to be very long, but I don't think you're going to have a shoes on, so be very careful where you step, you see. So basically, with another words, just be very careful, and maybe try to have a little bit of like a hematite in your pocket throughout the week. Maybe try to have like a little bit of salt in your bag, in a little bag in your pocket throughout the week. Or maybe you can just make sure that you have like a little bit of black tourmaline, just to protect yourself from like such a devilish energy. But somebody's going to come through forward, and it's going to seem like a sexy, but then at the same time you're going to feel like something very negative, and you most certainly going to be right. Just avoid that person indeed. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be of gorgeous, of course, of gorgeous, my lord, of gorgeous. Of course, it's going to be Aquarius. Aquarius, 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 Aquarius. When the moon is in the 7th house and Jupiter aligns with Mars, I love you, my gorgeous Aquarius, because you're in for a big surprise, my gorgeous Aquarius. My gorgeous Aquarius, you are gonna be in for a really big surprise this week. Something is going to surprise you, because you're gonna find yourself in a situation like in the first couple of days where you're gonna have some kind of delay. It's going to be evident. You're gonna have some kind of lack of motivation that it's going to become evident. This is going to be the energy that is going to do to you. And what is actually going to happen, there is going to be like some kind of like a person that is actually going to challenge you. You need to help me to understand. You need to understand this. Try to stay on top of the game. Try to like rise above the situation. I know I always say, you know, that the grass is on your hand, on your side, like a very long normally, and you need to just make sure that you're wearing shoes, because there are snakes around you. I'm sorry, but this is the way it is, and it's not going to last for too long. This is only because you're going through so much. This year is a very important year when it comes to these changes in your life, and this year is also very important when it comes to the certain unfoldment when it comes to your life. Emotionally, you're making really big changes. Emotionally, the certain changes that you were making, that you made not that long ago, now it's getting closer, now it's getting closer, now it's getting closer. These changes that you decided to make were like very much so to do with a certain leaving, very much so to do to certain change when it comes to the certain leaving, go from one direction to another direction, you know. Other people are involved, like the people that you really, really love the most in your life, in your family, but it's just a matter of time when this is going to unfold in this particular situation. This is just the next stage of the certain journey in your life and in other people's lives that are going to become evident, but emotionally this is going to be something that is just going to kind of take away a lot from you when it comes to emotion. So emotionally, the first couple of days you're still going to be like a little bit of like a lack of motivation, because emotionally you're going to be like kind of thinking about something and about a certain beginning, but about a certain ending at the same time. So this is about the people who means to you so much are going to the next stage of their journey in their life, for example, and that is just going to affect you. But this is nothing bad, or it's nothing negative. This is really good, because it's very important to do with the transformation, with the rebirth, and also at the same time an invitation, an opportunity that is just going to arise, that is going to change your life, and that wouldn't happen if you didn't make this certain decision decision when it comes to you and a certain members of the certain family, of your family, that are going to be connected to this and benefiting from this. At the same time, my gorgeous Aquamarinis, you are actually going to hear like about a certain good news, you know, good news about yourself. You're going to be surprised about a certain gain, about a certain advancement, about a certain expectations that you had. Now they're going to be even more vavavumish. You know what? You've been working really hard. You've been focusing really hard. You've been doing a lot and you've been using your own energy, but therefore at the same time there was somebody that was like kind of affecting you because you got surprised about a certain person in your life. Somebody's done something, somebody did something that kind of surprised you, so you need to be a little bit careful and you need to kind of step away, step back from the situation and just look at the things from a slightly different angle. Somebody is not having a real clear way of thinking. Somebody who is around you is having a clouded mind, but there is something not quite right with them, but there's nothing that is not right with you. It's to do with that particular person. Also, you need to be really careful because you will be tested. I'm sorry, Aquarius, you will be a little bit tested, and this is the problem, that you're going to be tested by somebody who kind of made you feel like a little bit negative about your life, and somebody who kind of affected your radiance. And this is because you are surprised. You will be surprised with a certain some kind of situation that is going to come from that person. And also you need to be careful because you're going to be under a little test. Listen. Anyone who's trying to like kind of wind you up, anyone who's trying to have a little conflict, there are going to be a couple of people that are going to be testing you. Aquarius, listen to me very carefully. You're very passionate. You're very, very significant. You're very strong. You're very charismatic. You're probably one of the most charismatic and one of the most powerful signs that there is, because your energy is just like a breath of fresh air. Your energy is just like very powerful, but at the same time you can be quite vulnerable as well. As powerful you can be rather vulnerable. There are certain people that can do this to you. There are certain people that can affect you, okay? So there is somebody that will, couple of people that will try to affect you in such a way of a certain conflict. So I need you to be a little bit careful, because that in itself is going to become a certain challenge. And that's why I just need you to realize there is an obstacle in itself that is going to become evident, where you are just going to need to step away from the situation. Whoever is trying to irritate you, especially people who mean to you so much, and especially people who confused you lately as well, there is going to be the kind of like a little bit of mini conflict and battle. But you are going to have the option to step away from the situation, to rise above the situation, and that is going to help you to emerge in a completely different way, because now that is going to connect you with the energy and with the part of yourself where you're going to be very instinctive, and that instinct is just going to bring a completely different power, and it's going to help you to ground yourself and focus in a completely different way, which is on another hand going to help you to kind of make yourself powerful, make yourself very strong, and that is just going to make you feel creative in a certain way, which is just going to help you to respond completely differently. And it is going to like reflect on you and other people who try to kind of like kind of take the best of you. It's so good because you are going to do really well, you are going to do really good, you are going to rise above the situation, and you are going to have one of the biggest accomplishments of your life. There is somebody very important in your life, some important figure, male figure, or maybe like even female figure, but a very strong, powerful, like a very strong character, somebody who's very successful, somebody who's very significant, somebody who has got a perfect work-life balance, somebody who is really proud of you. It's going to do something to you so great, so good, and it's going to make you feel absolutely amazing. They're going to tell you something about their own accomplishment, but then again they're going to tell you something about, they're going to recognize something about you as well. This is so good because this is exactly what you need, and this is going to be an important moment in time, because on one hand this is going to give you great determination, initiative. You're going to find out something very powerful about yourself, and that is going to open up the whole new door. But on another hand, control over a situation like this, it's going to not only bring you strength and courage to kind of start something completely new that is going to surprise you, where your mind is going to be at around the end of the week. New option, new realization, new idea that you wouldn't even think about it right now, even if you think about it, it's actually going to be activated. That in itself is going to help you to have a control over situation, and that is going to become the brand new beginning. I'm so happy for you, because also you are going to kind of like emotionally discover something very special about yourself. You know, this is going to be a little bit confusing time, because it is just going to make you feel very deep this week about yourself, like, but the deep in a really great way, you know, the deep in a really interesting way, because you will be able to, you will want to express yourself slightly differently. You will be longing to the changes. You know, you will want to change your hair, you will want to change your clothes, you will want to change the place where you live. That's so important to follow these feelings, because this is significant and this is normal when it comes to the time of your transformation. What you are having right now, my gorgeous Aquarius, you are going through your own personal transformation, but this is strong and it's powerful, and it's very much so connected to your karma, and it's very much so connected to everything that you have been doing for the last 36 months. Now you can imagine that this week you will be going to the very special door, to the very powerful spiritual door. By the time you get to the other side, you're going to find something completely different, and most certainly an obstacle is going to be you know, an obstacle is going to be, you know, dealt with, and this is going to be brilliant, because it's going to bring you not only healing energy, but also you will have the big reason for the celebration. You will want to do something really important, but also on another hand, you will have an important celebration when it comes to you and when it comes to somebody else. On another hand, your partner, the motivation from a partner, motivation from somebody, if you haven't got a partner, then the motivation from somebody very close to you, it's going to become evident, and through that motivation you're also going to get, you're also going to gain, you're also going to realize some kind of idea which is going to be completely connected to you and to the new turning point in your life. Okay, and this is also going to be such an important time, because what is going to happen, you are going to actually have a big change at home, which is what I already mentioned, but that on another hand is going to help you like a kind of like to realize something very important. Karmically, you're also going to need to forgive and forget, and what you're going to need to forgive and forget karmically, it's actually going to be very important, because this is going to be rather thick and important time to realize that karmically it's very important not to hold any grudges. Listen to me very carefully. There is somebody spiritual is going to return in your mind, in your thoughts, in your energy, in your power, in your dreams. Somebody is going to return, something is going to return, and you're going to feel like a grudge. Do not hold any grudges, regardless what. Do not hold any grudges. I know it's easy for me to say, but it's important, whatever you think negatively, to forgive and forget, to forgive and forget, to forgive and forget, because that is going to be the answer. That is going to be something that is just going to lead towards your own worldly power, towards your own accomplishment, and towards your own realization about a certain confidence that you are going to have, because at the same time you're going to kind of become the part of the energy, the part of the direction, the part of the actual dimension, which is just going to make you realize something very important about yourself, and that in itself is going to be the important starting point, because the whole new inspiration, the whole new bright prospects, and the whole new optimism is going to come through. You're just going to discover something about yourself, and as more as you think about it, the more excited you're going to be, and as more as you think about it, the more time you will want to spend with these thoughts, and that in itself is going to make you feel very creative, and it's also going to give you an idea for the future, an idea for the later on, an idea for the future planning that is just purely coming from you, purely coming from your energy, and purely coming from your own power. You're about to rediscover yourself like you've never did before. You're about to rediscover your life, your energy, and you're about to get the control over situation, strength, courage, energy, determination, confidence, and this is all coming through your own accomplishment. And that's why karmically this is life-changing moment. Karmically this is life-changing time. This is recognition about something very special about yourself, but also something that's going to surprise you indeed, and you're gonna like it, you're gonna like it, you're gonna like it. You see, as I said, you will have a reason to for celebration, and that reason for celebration that you are going to have is just all about about a certain conclusion, a resolution of a big problem, which is just going to bring like a certain conclusion, solace, healing, satisfactory result, fulfillment, and also very beautiful inspiration and healing. Absolutely fantastic. You know, and the certain harmony and trust by somebody who you were worrying, by somebody who you were thinking about, by somebody who you weren't too sure about. It's the certain trust and the certain harmony is going to return. Perhaps maybe you just drifted away from the certain people in your life that mean to you so much or whatever, but however it is, it's going to be absolutely beautiful, because the certain harmony, it's going to return, and that harmony is going to be beginning of something really special, because it's going to help you to relax. And on another hand, this is all about you and your success, and a very, very successful moment in time, because emotionally this is just going to bring an absolutely beautiful and wonderful and very significant balance into your life. Like with work, life, balance, emotions, this is all going to make sense, and most certainly big completion, beautiful passion, okay, a release of negativity and negative energy is going to go away, and that in itself is going to make you feel very creative, and it's also going to give you a reason to celebrate. Okay, swift activity and sudden progress and movement, okay, especially when it comes to like the certain message that you've been waiting, and it didn't happen, it didn't come, it didn't manifest. So there is going to be a very important swift activity and sudden progress, and you're gonna love it indeed. Very, very Vavavoom-ish moment in time, my gorgeous Aquarius. Okay, so now what else I was going to say, now you also need to make sure that you are taking something for concentration levels, please. It's so important. Either fish oils, which are like completely like without GMO, any rubbish like this, or flaxseed oil, which is like alternative plant version of that. Very important to take this in a combination with a natural source, a natural form of B vitamins. Very important, because B vitamins are going to help you with a little bit of stress, and omega-3 essential fatty acids are going to help you with the concentration levels. And it's very important because it's going to help you with so many other things as well. If you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant or if you're breastfeeding, just check with your doctor, check with your GP whether you can take this or not, because only your doctor and GP can actually tell you this. What else I was going to say, you see, when it comes to those of you that are in relationship, this is brilliant, this is very good. This is all about the perfection. This is all about recognition. This is all about honor. This week is going to be very important for both of you. So when it comes to love, when it comes to relationships, this week is going to change everything, my gorgeous Aquarius, for the best, because your relationship is going to go somewhere very high, somewhere very far, somewhere really further. And for some reason, I'm not saying that you wanted to test your partner, but maybe something happens. Maybe you weren't too sure, and maybe you were kind of testing your partner in a certain way, because most certainly this is all about perfection, recognition, honor, and ultimate change. It's absolutely beautiful. And also certain rewards are going to become evident here, and also admiration from others. So there is something very beautiful and very particular that you're both going to do. It's going to happen in between you two, and lots of people are going to envy you. You know, lots of people are going to be jealous, like, oh, I want to be like that. Absolutely fantastic moment in time. Okay, there's one card that fell, and this is for those of you that are single. All right, okay, so now this is an important, now when I say for those of you that are actually single and ready to mingy, there is someone very special and very particular about to show up in your life. When you're focusing the most, when you're active the most, at the same time you will be attracting this type of people, active, interesting, and very, very interesting, and very like significant in many different ways, but very similar to you, but not very similar to you as well, but very, very like determined people. There is someone very particular that is going to be around you. You're going to meet this person for the first time, somebody very significant, somebody very powerful and very special, and that person is going to become the part of your journey later on. But you will feel that Vavavoom-ish contact straight away. You will see each other this week for the first time, and you will feel this connection, and it's going to be strong. And don't worry if you don't meet them like this particular week. It will happen, you know, throughout the month, but I can really feel the beginning of that person being around you. It's most certainly going to be this week, and it's going to be somebody who's very active, very determined, and somebody who's like very much so into, very experienced with authority and design and things like that. Ooh la la, watch this space, my gorgeous Aquarius. Okay, so now The next sign that I'm going to be talking about, of course, it's going to be my gorgeous Pisces. My gorgeous Piscelini, my gorgeous Pisceline. I love you so much. I love you to bits. You know, this is most certainly a very important moment in time for you as well, because it's about your own liberation from you feeling powerless. Sometimes we need to get along. Sometimes we need to be determined, and sometimes we need to like kind of just get on with things and do things that we might not necessarily love, or that we may not necessarily like. It would be so easy, like if we don't like something, just stop it now and just move on, you know, but it's not. And this is why I like you, because you're very responsible, you're very particular, you're very experienced with life. Even if you're like about 11 years old, 10 years old, you're still very experienced, because you have got the power of an old spirit, you have got this power of an old soul, because you can dive very deep, much deeper than any other sign. That's why I'm saying that there is a certain powerless situation coming to an end, and the powerless situation was very much so strongly evident for the last 8 months. The way this is going to happen, this is going to turn into a new beginning, and it's going to bring you some very, very special moment in this week. This week is going to be very special in many different ways, because it's going to bring you an unfoldment of the situation, which is just going to bring you a focus, and also the new beginning that is just going to bring you the whole new reflection. And that in itself, it's just going to become like an adventure for you, because you're going to feel very enthusiastic. There is enthusiasm that you are going to have, that you are going to feel, that you didn't feel in a long time. I'm not saying that you were miserable, that you didn't feel enthusiasm. Please don't get me wrong. I'm just saying that sometimes, every now and then, you know, we get like enthusiastic energy that is out of this world. And that enthusiastic energy that is out of this world, it is indeed going to be the part of the completely different dimension. And that it's also going to kind of like start awakening some kind of power in you that was sleeping for a long time, and you will really have a strength, like a very sacred strength, and that is just going to make you realize something new option is going to become evident for you, like a new school or a new job, or if you are retired, something very important that is just like some kind of like it's like an apprenticeship, like something new, something very big, you know, if you're retired. But if you're like working for the company, if you're like working for yourself, there's just something very new that is going to become absolutely important here. And it's so good, because it is just going to also come through through your own transformation, through your own rebirth, and through your own like satisfaction, and through your own new direction, which is about to be revealed. And it's going to come through as in form of you feeling very warmish, very like optimistic, very energetic, very like, oh my god, where is all this energy coming from? And that is going to be followed by an opportunity that is just going to literally change your life, because that opportunity is going to be everything. It's going to be an advancement, very attractive, and it's also going to be kind of some kind of request, challenge, proposal, and proposition that is just going to be absolutely amazing. And it's also going to help you to realize certain skill about yourself, which is going to surprise you. And it's also going to be directly connected to the big change at home and in your surroundment and in your environment as well. This is the time of your transition. This is the time of your change, and this is also the time when you're gonna want to like change your life upside down. Those things that have been bothering you for a really long time, now they're going to come to an end this week. And I like it because this is not only going to be a turning point, but it's just the power that you are going to have, optimism that you are going to have, and you're also going to have a really wonderful little omen. And the omen that you're going to come, gosh, and the omen that you're going to have, it's going to be in the form of a little bird, and that bird is also going to like it's going to be around you a certain amount of time, but also it's going to be around you a certain amount of time, but there is something going to be very unusual about that bird. There is something going to be very significant about this bird. And also I need you and I urge you to spend as much time as you can outside. The grounding is going to be very important. You're going to feel very powerful when it comes to your psychic energy, and very powerful when it comes to your spiritual energy. So it's going to be very strong and very powerful for you to go outside and ground yourself, you know, put your hands again on the ground. It's just so important. Try to spend some time next to the water if possible. If you can't find the water, then try to find the tree, hug the tree, and, you know, touch the tree and make this very strong connection. Is what I was trying to say before, because this is going to be so significant for you, because it's going to help you to like kind of rejuvenate yourself and to rejuvenate your energy. You're also going to have a very important moment in time when you're going to realize that you avoided a certain conflict, that you did something very clever, very significant. You went for a certain option not that long ago, so now that is going to bounce back and kind of confirm like how wise you were. On another hand, this is also going to be like a kind of like an important moment in time, because when it comes to your future and when it comes to your future planning, this week is just going to be like super important, because this week in particular, in between the 19th and the 25th of August, is the moment in time when you're going to be crossing from one dimension to another dimension, literally. So you are going to be having like your own Wheel of Fortune moment as well. And what your Wheel of Fortune moment is going to reveal, somebody very significant is going to become part of your life. A very important person is going to come into your life. Very important person is going to become part of your energy. Somebody who is going to have a really, really important role in your life later on. Somebody from your past life, it's about to meet with you again in this life. And this is very strong moment in time when this happens, because it means that you both have a certain mission together, and that mission is just going to help you to not only get to the top of your spiritual journey, but also it's just going to bring you the whole new determination, the whole new initiative, and the whole new strength, force, activity, and power, because it is going to be absolutely perfect influence, not only you from that person, but that person from you as well. This is such an important moment in time, because this could be somebody you've never met before, but it also could be somebody that is returning into your life. But it's so important because also it is just going to be the beginning of something really special, the beginning of something really new, and it's going to help you to make a really important decision, and that decision is going to reflect on those parts of your life that were really slow, that were really boring, and that came to an end. And sometimes you just need like a little bit of womanish energy, need a bit of somebody else who understands you so much beautifully, so much on so many different levels that can confirm for you what you're feeling, what you're thinking. Sometimes we just need a little bit of that push, you know. Sometimes we just need a little bit of that power, of that energy of somebody from somebody who we really trust. And that's exactly why this person is going to be a very important person in your life. Indeed, it is going to bring you creativity, and it's going to make you feel really good, and it's going to help you to kind of deal with your power in such an instinctive way. But it's going to, on another hand, help you to reflect in a certain way where you're going to be able to emerge completely new, completely different, and very, very powerful indeed. This is also going to be an important moment in time when something is going to come up, and there are a couple of things that are going to be going on, but there was one very, very important. It's going to be yes or no, yes or no, yes or no. Be very adventurous, be very adventurous, and be very adventurous. Whatever comes up, just say it yes. Well, not literally ever, but you know, like any option that can come, you know, just come up. And any option that comes up, just say yes. Very important indeed. And on the other hand, you know, very important journeys coming to an end, and another journey is coming up. And also the certain trip or certain journey is going to be very important here. Certain trip and certain journey, it's not just any journey, because whenever you go, whether you go this week, but as long as you're going this week, as long as you plan it this week, you know, it's going to be that particular energy attached to that particular week. And what is going to happen, you're going to have a very important spiritual experience. So you can go this week, or you can plan that week, so the energy is attached to that week, and you can go a year later, you can go 5 months later. But as long as you book and plan on this particular week, so you can have that energy attached to it. That's what I'm trying to say. There is some kind of life-changing decision that you are going to make when you go to that journey, whenever that is. If it's that week, on that week, or any other week, it doesn't matter. But there is some kind of life-changing energy, life-changing decision that you are going to have from a particular spiritual realization, spiritual idea, and that idea is going to change your life, literally. Okay, what else I was going to say, that this week you're going to have a certain challenge, and the challenge that you are going to have is going to be amazing, because that is going to help you to like kind of realize something very important about yourself, but also it's going to be the reason, you know, to celebrate. It's going to be the reason for celebration, and the whole new motivation is going to come through. The whole new motivation is going to come forward, because this is most certainly going to be the time when it's going to be very evident and very strong outcome of past efforts. And outcome of the past efforts are going to be like so important and so significant this week, because it's going to be directly connected to your own transformation, and also directly connected to your own wheel of fortune. So it's just going to be like the situation which is going to become very powerful, but it's going to surprise you. You'll be surrounded by people, certain people that you wouldn't normally be surrounded by, and also you're going to feel very adventurous, and that is going to surprise you, the amount of this optimism that you're going to feel, and that in itself is just going to create something really big within you, and that is going to on one hand give you so much power, and it's going to make you realize that certain accomplishment is just so much more powerful and so much stronger than what you thought, and that in itself is just going to be the beginning of something very important when it comes to your own creativity, okay? Your own creativity and a very meaningful experience. The bottom line is that by the end of this week, you're going to have the meaningful experience, a very meaningful experience, very powerful, very significant, and that experience is going to change your life. On one hand, you're going to learn something about yourself, something very important. On another hand, you're going to surprise yourself, and then again, you will want to make really big changes, and you will know the time is ready. The time is ready for you to make a big change. The time is ready for you to focus, and you will know exactly what I mean, because this is all about the certain success and gain and overcoming obstacle and challenge that you will have, and which is going to resolve in you having a destiny, fortune and fate moment, and this is going to be the outcome. Very important moment in time for you, my gorgeous Piscelini, indeed, okay? Now that the things are going to start changing for you, and there is a little surprise going to wait for you by the end of this week. It's so good. The certain person that you were worrying about, like a family member, is also going to have like a really big news, really good news, and this is going to be really great. And also, what else I was going to say, sorry. Yeah, what else I was going to say is just that basically for those of you that are waiting for the financial situation to change, you know, there is going to be really good news about the money. Money is coming, and this is going to be good because it's going to help you to change certain part of your life. So it's a very important week for those of you that are waiting for the changes when it comes to money, because the success is coming, and what I can say is going to be brilliant, and that in itself is going to be one of the greatest accomplishments that you had this year. My gorgeous Piscelini, this week it's going to be absolutely huge, because as I said, those times of your life when you felt it really difficult, those times of your life when you felt really uncomfortable, especially from the beginning of this year, and the time of your lives, especially from the beginning of this year where you felt like you didn't have any movement, you know, especially when it comes to your success, money and finances. Now this is going to be a really big moment in time, because the realization is going to be mind-blowing, most certainly. Never mind the option that is going to become available to you at around the end of the week, but the option that is going to become available at around the end of the week is just going to be so much at around a new stage, new option, something completely different that is going to surprise you, that you're going to feel attracted towards, and that's something that you have to go for. That's something that is going to have an enlightenment effect on you in many different way. Okay, so just see what you feel like a drawn to and follow it, my gorgeous Piscelini, because by the end of this week it's going to be mind-blowing. Okay. Now what else I was going to say, for those of you, my gorgeous Piscelini, yeah, you also going to need to, like, it's so important for those of you that are actually wondering about health. You know, it's so important. Please try to drink as much as water as you can, because it's going to help you to flush out the toxins out of the system. It's just so important. Try to avoid coffee, try to avoid sugar, try to avoid try to avoid coffee, sugar and things like that, teas and things like that. Just try to drink like lots of water, natural water. And also, please take, like, you again, not the first sign that I'm saying to, but it's so important to make sure you're taking something for your concentration levels, something like omega-3 essential fatty acids, where our body cannot produce by itself. Please try to take omega-3 essential fatty acids by the fish oils, and also make sure it's like without any chemicals, make sure it's without any GMO or anything like that, organic and natural. If you don't want fish oils, just try to get like a flaxseed oil, which is like a plant version of omega-3 fish oils, essential fatty acids. And it's so important because it's going to help you with your memory, it's going to help you with your concentration levels, and it's going to be also important for your circulation. If you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant or if you're breastfeeding, just check with your doctor or check with your GP, because only your doctor or GP can actually tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications or not. Okay, but it's something that I highly recommend. Okay, and also for those of you that are actually in relationship, your partner is going to be going through something very difficult. Your partner will be going through something very bizarre. Your partner is going to have their own obstacle, but it's not going to be that much that you can actually help to actually kind of like have a, you know, to help them out. There is nothing that you will be able to do in order to help them. This is going to be an emotional part, part of your partner's journey that is just going to take a lot of energy from your partner. And it's something to do with their own spiritual journey. So very important for you as well to try to buy something, do something, because your partners will be going through a little bit difficult stage in their life. Not too difficult, but it's just emotionally it's going to affect them. It's just kind of period in your partner's life that is just going to kind of, it's not going to last for too long. It's not going to be too difficult, but it's still going to affect them. So in order to help them out, do something different. Buy them some little present. Buy them some little gift, take them somewhere else. This is so important to tamper with this energy in such a way where you do something different. You push yourself in by giving a gift where you surprise your partner, and that creates a really powerful and positive vibration which reflects on your partner really wonderfully, which will on another hand give them the whole clear focus. So this is something that I really think that you should do. So surprise your partner, do something special, do something different. That is going to help your partner quite a lot. And for those of you that are single and ready to mingle, it's here, stranger in the night. Listen to me, my gorgeous Pisceline, I love you to bits, yeah, but I keep on seeing this like all along. You know, there is some kind of romance that is coming, there is some kind of partner that is coming, and this person is going to be different, this person is going to be very special. Please go out and enjoy yourself, meet as many people as you can. You will be very radiant this week. Instinctively you will feel very strongly this week, and you will be gone places, you know, you will be places where you wouldn't normally be. You will enjoy yourself, enjoy the radiance. People will be able to notice you. I know you will enjoy it, but there is someone very special coming through. There is a romance coming forward, and this person is going to literally change your life. Pisces, someone very special is about to manifest in your life, who is about to change your life. Beautiful person, beautiful romance, very powerful and very significant and strong part of your spiritual journey. Prepare to be swept off your feet, and this person is going to be absolutely amazing, and it's going to stay, most certainly. Okay, okay, thank you ever so much for all of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I love you all to bits, okay? I'm sending you healing, brightest blessings, peace, love and light to all of you. Okay, my gorgeous people, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you.